I feel like I woke up. I woke up in the 12th, like the lights turned on, like I started thinking about everything. Like I feel like I took off the last like 3, 4 rounds. Wasn't throwing no punch. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Like my corner, Mark Forever said, let your hands go, let your hands go, and I held back. I feel like in the 12th round, it was some like, what I'm saying, like a light just hit me. It just sparked my head, like, motherfucker, let your hands go, man. I started thinking about my son, this long camp, 5 months. I'm like, man, I gotta turn this bitch up, and we did that. So
Why exactly were you fighting a little bit? I think. I mean, I'm right now. Do I need it? Why exactly were you fighting so? I guess lethargically, not letting your hands go, so to speak. Your corner was trying to get you to like throw your hands more. Like, what was actually the problem? Was it too long of a layoff? Too long for training camp? Like, what was kind of the problem?
no, 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 it was none of that. Not, I got off a year layoff, so I know, I'm a fighter. I'm gonna say and say no to everything, but I know that played a factor in the fight too, but no excuses. You know, you gotta understand, like a guy like Jason Quigley, he got stopped twice, you know, so he was going in there not trying to get stopped again. He was the best. I hit him with the one of the biggest right hands ever. He jumped up, and he finished that 12th round. So he was definitely in there. He wasn't going in there trying to take a knee or trying to cop out. You know, I should have let my hands go more. I know. Coach was like, yo, listen, like throw your fucking punches, and that's what sparked me in the 12th round. Was like, let your fucking hands go, man. And once I started letting them fly, you see what was the results.
Why are you so anxious to fight Mungia next, man?
I feel like that's the biggest fight right now. I want him in October, in the big house, uh, Madison Square Garden. I know that that's the fight that everybody wants to see. We definitely want Mungia next for sure, for sure. I want that motherfucker. He's Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican. I got the man here, one of the best promoter in the business right now, man. So, I know he's gonna make it happen for us.
Real quick, you said I'm right here. I asked you one word to describe your opponent at the press conference, and you called him a clown because you said he's been laughing at you, he's been smirking, he's not been taking him really seriously when you were talking to him. Did he surprise you at all tonight with how much he had and how he came at you? Because you said you were just going to walk through him and just toss him around, beat the shit out of him, is what you said.
Yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, he's a fighter. I seen him in the back after the fight, and I told him, "You're a warrior." I know he's a warrior. He got that Irish blood in him. Like I said, a lot of fighters, man, y'all, everybody that since the amateurs, like, they always fought me different. They always had that spark in them to want to beat me. They could have fucking got knocked out their last 2 fights, and then when they step in with me, it's like a switch. So I take my hat off to him. He's a warrior. He definitely did some numbers here, man. So I seen him in the back. I congratulated him. And I told him thank you for taking the fight, but he's definitely a warrior.
This question is for both of you. Ideally, where would the next fight be for both of you?
I mean, look, I think we had a great start tonight. He hasn't boxed for over a year, and this place was completely sold out. The atmosphere was tremendous. Jaime Munguia brings a big crowd as well. Like Edgar said, I'd love to do it in the main room here. I think it can fill it up. It also fills up probably Vegas, LA, but, I think it's a conversation with the zone. They love the fight. Everybody loves the fight. There's other options. I think Gennady Golovkin, also in the big room, is a tremendous fight. You've got Billy Joe Saunders from the UK, but he needs probably a comeback fight first. There's loads of fights, John Ryder, but, I think the fights that fill the big room are Munguia and Gennady Golovkin.
And Edgar, you've been talking about fighting in Puerto Rico. Is it Puerto Rico or New York next for you, ideally?
Definitely, we was talking about that, trying to get a fight in Puerto Rico. But listen, man, if the Munguia fight can land, if we can make it happen, that's the fight we want. I think we got to make it happen right now. Like, this is the year to make it happen. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. He's a banger. I'm a banger. I definitely got the rust off. I'm back with my old team. So we gonna pick up from that 12th round. We picking it up from there on. Like, that's how we're gonna fight from round 1 to round 12 from now. So I just had to shake it up. And get the job done.
Edgar, over here. First of all, I wanted to say congratulations. Second of all, like for example, like in the sport of football, when you come in as a rookie, they say that the game is fast, and then as they gradually go on along, the game gets slower for them. You showed a lot of poise tonight when you were cutting the ring off and picking your shots. Do you feel that in the ring things are getting slower for you, and you're getting more adapted to being a elite boxer?
Yeah, for sure. That's actually a great question. I feel like it was sort of slow. I just know if I would have picked it up from the sixth, seventh, eighth, I would have got him out of there. I felt like I just waited all that time, and then the 12th round was like, all right, I gotta turn this bitch up, and you've seen the results. So, but it's a learning process. I'm learning. I'm young, 26. I'm a power puncher, but I'm blessed to be back with my old team. And listen, man, I'm taking a week off and I'm going right back into the gym to work. This shit I ain't partying, I ain't doing nothing, man. All I want to do is just get back in the gym. As soon as I went to the back, I said, yo, Mark, we back in the gym in a week. I'm taking off a week, and we right back to the, in the gym to work.
And Eddie, I have one question for you. You looked great last week. Where's your New Orleans T-shirt?
Yeah, no, I left that in New Orleans. I had a New York one on today. Yeah, it's been a great run.
So I got a question for both Edgar and Eddie. There's obviously a desire to go to a bigger venue. You did sell this out. It was very impressive. Fan atmosphere is incredible. Have you thought, Eddie, about ever doing something at the Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens? It's a beautiful outdoor stadium, seats over 20,000. Edgar, if you went out there, you'd be the first person to fight at that venue. They've hosted professional wrestling concerts in addition to tennis. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, we always like to push the boundaries and do something different. In the past, I've been on to Flushing Meadows as well about doing something there, just something different. We've done it a lot in the UK. I do want Edgar to fight in Puerto Rico as well. And I think if we didn't land the Mungia fight or something like that, maybe that's something we do next as something a little bit different. But I also want to keep the momentum of what we started tonight.
And just in terms of the British perspective of the fighters you mentioned he'd like to fight next, how tough do you feel those fights are with Ryder and Billy Joe Saunders for Edgar?
I think Billy Joe Saunders isn't going to be ready this side of the year for Edgar Balanga, but I think...
Man, enough said, bro. Enough said, man. Edgar Berlanga, the big name coming out of Puerto Rico, New York. You know what I mean? Fat Joe's boy. I don't know. Did he come out and did he really show the world that he's that guy? I mean, he had the guy down multiple times. I mean, Quigley, Wiggly, Dwiggly. Did he really hype you up, bro? Come on, let's talk about it. Smash the like button. You're listening to your host, Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. And we're going to have to talk about it, bro. Because Edgar Berlanga came out. And now, after this, we see him dominate this guy, though. He dominated the guy. I can't take that away from him. But he got a lot of flaws. His defense is fucking suspect. Edgar Berlanga, is he a one-trick pony? Is he a one-trick pony or what, bro? That all he comes with is power. He said it himself. He goes, all these motherfuckers know that I got power. They're going to try and outbox me. But my power is there. But yo, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about this Edgar Berlanga. Is he it? Do you think he's it? Man, I don't know, 168 division for Edgar Berlanga is tough. 168 division for Edgar Berlanga is tough. Now, we know we got names that they've already mentioned. And let's talk about those names one by one. Now, I will say this year that we're going to give Edgar Berlanga maybe much flowers. But what we got to say, who he's against right now. Let's talk about who he's against. Jaime Mungia, Oscar De La Hoya's boy. Jaime Mungia versus Edgar Berlanga. Now watch this. The Jaime Mungia that came in against Devchenko, yeah? He could lose to Edgar Berlanga, bro. Let's talk about that. Jaime Mungia versus Edgar Berlanga. Let's go straight at that fucking topic, because that's what they're cooking now. Now you tell me that you guys call him Jaime. I got that afterwards. I used to call him Jamie Mungia. He's Jamie for me because you spell his name like Jamie. All right, mate? So that's Jamie Mungia, all right, versus Edgar Berlanga. That's probably an even fight, bro. I don't know, you know, because I didn't really think too much of Jaime Mungia versus fucking Devchenko. He was in a tough fight. He was in a tough fight, bro. So you guys tell me this. Mungia versus Berlanga. You tell me then, bro. Mungia versus Berlanga. Hey, look, you can give Berlanga a hard time, but he got a good chance against Jaime Mungia. Hey, Berlanga might be able to beat Jaime Mungia and he become a star. He'll become a star if he just beats that Mexican guy. You know what I mean? It's Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Who wins that fight, bro? Let me see right now. Who wins that fight? Berlanga versus Mungia. Because Mungia, he don't look like he's that special. Mungia's having tough battles, mate. I'm telling you. Mungia versus Berlanga. Who you got? Before I move on to the next guy. Who you got in Mungia versus Berlanga, bro? Let me see the chat. Let me get, yo, Real Boxing TV in the house. Bandits. Says Berlanga versus Mungia to see. Rap star Berlanga deal with Eddie Hearn. Was a rest in peace. Hey, listen, it is what it is, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Todd Swindle in the house. They better all stay away from Morel. Yo, the new guys in the chat. Yo, let me know where you're from. And if you're new, and if you watch this show, and you watched it before, you like the show, then let me give you a wrench so you're official. So nobody can touch you. Yo, Todd, let me know where you're from, brother. Yo, Ralph Unreal says Berlanga sleeps Mungia. Look at that. Mungia beats Berlanga, says Real Boxing. Mungia beats Berlanga, but probably gets dropped in the fight. I don't know, man. I got Berlanga maybe beating Mungia. Maybe Berlanga beats Mungia, bro. What do you mean? John McSmith, Chuck, David. Adam in the house says, I think for tonight performance, only Mungia might win. Maybe. But I say Berlanga's a live dog against Mungia. If only they can get Devchenko. Put Devchenko in there so we can see what he can do with Berlanga. Because when you got a fighter who's coming to knock you out, yeah, that's going to fall in traps for Edgar Berlanga. Edgar doesn't need to go looking for you, bro. He don't need to go looking for you. You're going to be right there. Edgar Berlanga wants that kind of fight. When he goes looking for you, that becomes difficult. You know what I mean? So think about it from Styles' perspective. Yo, we got Atlanta, Georgia in the house. Big up to Atlanta, Georgia, man. Is this your first time over here? Yeah, Todd? Todd Swindle, Atlanta, Georgia, mate. Respect to Atlanta, Georgia, mate. You know what I mean? They had the Olympics over there back in the day. Yes, mate, where man was a little youth. Yo, what you think about Carlos Adames tonight? I only watched the little highlights at the end and we'll talk about it. The controversial stoppage is what you might want to talk about. Yes, man. Ralph says, David, look good. Yo, Mungia wins. He has the chin to take Berlanga's punches. Yo, Bandits, where you from, bro? Yes, Bandits, where you from, brother? So let me say this, guys. At the end of the day, Berlanga, yes, I understand. He didn't he didn't actually do something to say, yeah, man, he knocked out Quigley, bro. Yeah, man, you know, this 12 rounds, by knocking the guy down multiple times and not being able to stop Quigley, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to stop Quigley, but Quigley came to survive. Quigley did come to survive. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? right? We can't deny it. He was on his back foot, moving away from a fight. That makes it difficult on a fighter. Someone like Mungia, that will be more of a kind of fight that Berlanga wants. That would be the fight for Edgar Berlanga, mate. Mungia. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we got Southern California in the house. Big up to Southern California. Let's get the new people in the house, bro. Let's give them a wrench. Yo, we'll give them a wrench in a bit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute. Just give me a minute, bro. Fuck. My battery's fucking low. I'm gonna have to charge this fucking phone in a sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, so at the end of the day, what other opponents has Berlanga got? It's like Eddie Hearn said, right? If it's no Mungia, let's talk about John Ryder. John Ryder versus Edgar Berlanga. Who you got? Let me feel out the people. John Ryder versus Edgar Berlanga, mate. Hey, yo. We got Bivol. No, NL in the house, mate. What's going on, NL? John Ryder versus Edgar Berlanga, mate. John Ryder versus Edgar Berlanga. Who you got? Come on, let's see what we got here, bro. John Ryder versus Edgar Berlanga. Wow, Adam's got John. NL's got John. Ryder stops Berlanga. What the fuck is going on? Yo, Todd says Ryder. What? John McSmith. Come on, man. You guys ain't got no faith in Edgar Berlanga, bro. You guys ain't got no faith in Edgar Berlanga, bro. Edgar Berlanga ain't shit for you guys. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. You guys making me laugh. Yeah? I'm not saying, but yo, yeah, everybody's got Ryder beating up Berlanga, bro. Everybody's got Ryder beating Berlanga. Berlanga fucking didn't do nothing for you guys today. He has definitely not won the fans, bro. Berlanga hasn't won the fans yet, bro. They're disappointed. They're disappointed in this man. They feel like he get beat up by Ryder. So let's go to the next opponent. Yeah? Gennady Golovkin. Hey, I got Golovkin winning. Hey, this Golovkin will fuck Berlanga. Hey, Golovkin will fuck Berlanga up, bro. Yo, we got to say it as it is. Yo, Edgar Berlanga better stay the fuck away from 40-plus-year-old Golovkin. Golovkin will fuck him up, bro. I'm telling you, don't let Golovkin come to right. Hey, yo, you guys are making me laugh. Is it Gennady Golovkin or Edgar Berlanga? Who you got? Gennady Golovkin or Edgar Berlanga? Ryder doesn't bite people when he's frustrated, says JR Nika. Yo, JR, where you from, bro? Let me know where you're from, JR Nika. Hey, the new people, welcome the new people coming into the channel. You know what I mean? Welcome the new people. We're going to have to give some wrenches if they want to stay on this channel, the realest boxing channel in the game. But yo, come on, bro. Tell me this. Gennady Golovkin versus Berlanga. Gennady Golovkin will destroy. Hey, listen, John McSmith says Triple G. It's all about Triple G, bruv. Yes, mate. Hey, Triple G would be holding his fingers after he's done with Berlanga. Yeah. Triple G. All right. Now let's go to another guy. Let's see what you guys think about this opponent. Billy Joe Saunders versus, and remember this, Billy Joe Saunders beat John Ryder. Billy Joe Saunders beat John Ryder. But yo, Billy Joe Saunders versus Edgar Berlanga. Who you got? Go on, son. Billy Joe Saunders versus Edgar Berlanga. Who you got? I'm coming back to see. Let me know who you got. Everybody's got Billy Joe Saunders, bruv. Adam, Chuck, NL, David, John McSmith, Billy Joe, Billy Joe, Billy Joe, Billy Joe. Wow. You know what I've just noticed? Nobody fucking thinks Edgar Belanga's going to beat these guys. What the fuck did Eddie Hearn do signing him, bro? Why the fuck did Eddie Hearn sign Edgar Berlanga when none of you guys think he can beat any of these guys? I just gave you Gennady Golovkin, who's at the back nine at the end of his career, and everyone's got Golovkin. I gave you John Ryder, you got John Ryder beating Edgar Berlanga. I gave you Billy Joe Saunders, you even going for Billy Joe, who's been inactive, to beat Edgar Berlanga. The fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on, bro? I don't think you guys have any faith in Edgar Berlanga, bro. Wow. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. And let me tell you guys something. If that's the case, then we know that Boo Boo Andrade beats Edgar Berlanga too. We know that because look what Boo Boo Andrade did to fucking Quigley. We know Andrade will fuck Berlanga up. So where does Berlanga go, bro? Where does Berlanga go? The only one that you guys think he's got a chance with is Jaime Munguia. That's the only people that you think he's got a chance with. Is Jaime Munguia. Anybody else, you got Berlanga as the underdog. So what the fuck did Eddie Hearn and DAZN see that you don't see? What does a £1 billion company and one of the biggest promoters in England see in Edgar Berlanga that none of you see? They obviously believe in him in some of these fights. But you guys don't believe in Edgar Berlanga. So David says he's just a Puerto Rican cash cow. Besides that, nothing. Pat Greedy says he's trash. Wow, bro. Wow. Look at this, man. Everybody's shitting on Edgar Berlanga, bro. Everybody's just downplaying Edgar Berlanga here. Berlanga can't even knock out UK. You can't. Hey, let me say this, though. How dare Berlanga and Eddie Hearn talk about a fight with Berlanga versus Canelo Alvarez? They were talking that they will fight Canelo Alvarez, bro. You guys forgot that, didn't you, already? Edgar Berlanga's team, his dad, Eddie Hearn, what kind of shenanigans were they selling you? They said that Berlanga was going to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez, bro. They said that Edgar Berlanga, they wanted to sell you that shit. They wanted to sell that to the boxing fans, bro. They wanted to sell to you that Edgar Berlanga is possibly the opponent for Canelo Alvarez. How do you feel about that now? How do you feel? And let me say this. Who remembers when they said last few weeks ago, before this deal got announced, who remembers this? That some of the fans were coming on channels, including my channel, and they were saying, So what, man? Edgar Berlanga's a good fight for Canelo Alvarez. Who remembers that Canelo Alvarez fanboys were backing up Edgar Berlanga as the opponent for the face of boxing, bruh? For the face of boxing. And I got something else to say as well today, bro. I'm happy that Canelo Alvarez has signed a new deal and he's not fucking facing Edgar Berlanga. Because if he was going to face Edgar Berlanga, bro, I was going to fucking shut the channel down. I ain't talking about Canelo ever again if he was going to face this fucking Edgar Berlanga. Let's remember that, bro. They were talking about Edgar Berlanga being the possible opponent for the face of boxing, bro. Fucking hell. I'm glad that Canelo Alvarez ran away from Eddie Hearn. I'm glad he ran away from Edgar Berlanga, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody ever in the world. And there were some people still pushing that fight. Come on, bro. Boxing is a shenanigans, mate. They'll sell you anything sometimes. That's why I'm glad what Canelo Alvarez is doing. But now I realize that even Canelo Alvarez, that people are saying that why is he not fighting the number one guy? Why does he not fight straight away the top dog? Why is Canelo Alvarez not fighting the strongest competition and the toughest fucking guy, which is David Benavidez? Right? Why is he not fighting David Benavidez straight away? Why is he fighting the inactive Jamal Charlo that hasn't even fought at 168 and has been over 2.5 years inactive? This is what a lot of people, I'm gathering it up, and I can see there's an energy that they want Canelo Alvarez to face David Benavidez next if he's that guy. If Canelo Alvarez is the James Bond, the king of boxing, then if only he could face David Benavidez straight away. But then the fans don't understand what I know. That business of boxing has to be put together so that Al Heyman PBC can cash out on Canelo Alvarez. They want Canelo to fight a Charlo, and then possibly after Charlo, maybe another fight in David, or Charlo and David Benavidez next. And then maybe a rematch with David Benavidez. So people have to understand that's still a big fight coming. Unfortunately, it's not David straight away. You get me? But look, at the end of the day, give me a second. Yo, give me a second. Man, it don't even look like people are here and they're hyped up to talk about the Puerto Rican, the New York star, the biggest star for DAZN, Edgar Berlanga. People ain't even fucking giving me any likes. We might as well shut this live down, bro. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Ain't nobody give a fuck about Edgar Berlanga over here, bro. So why the fuck did I even light up the show? I can see from the likes, I can see from the vibe, and I can see from the audience that nobody gives a fuck and nobody thinks he's going to win. You know what I mean? I think we need to chill today. Let's take a chill pill. You know what I mean? Let me get some business done online. I'll let you guys talk about boxing. But if anybody wants to cook, then you're more than welcome. If you want to cook, tell me you want the link. You know what I mean? But I got to get a couple of things done. I can see that nobody really thinks Edgar Berlanga can do anything. You know what I mean? Edgar Berlanga ain't even a guy for anybody. No real boxing fan believes he can even beat an inactive, 2 years inactive Billy Joe Saunders. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thinks that Edgar Berlanga can even beat John Ryder. And nobody definitely thinks that he can beat Gennady Golovkin, bro. But yo, who's got a few minutes? Yo, Max, I see you typing all your life. You got a couple of minutes to hit the link so I can get a couple of things done and maybe we come back and cook it? Well, yo, let me know. I'll be back in a minute.
What up?
How are you?
I'm great.
Can we meet you?
My name is Tunde Tupac, aka the Rap Killer,
Tunde Tupac.
the Rap Flexer, kill them all.
Your name is
Tunde Tupac.
Tunde Tupac.
You can write the Rap Killer there.
But Tunde is your
It's
name.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yo, JB Sports, my brother. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Rap Star?
Man, I'm doing good, man. But I gotta tell you, I want your verdict, and I don't want a small verdict. I want your all outlook on Edgar Berlanga's performance. Are people overreacting? That they wanted more, they wanted knockout, and can he beat Jaime Munguia, Gennady Golovkin, Billy Joe, John Ryder? Cook that for me for a couple of minutes while I come on my other device.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Edgar Balanga, man, when he first came on the scene, he had 15 straight first round knockouts. But what was the competition that he was fighting? He was fighting, I'm gonna just be generous and say he's fighting C-minus level fighters, probably worse than that. He got 15 knockouts. He had a lot of buzz behind him. But as soon as he started fighting C-plus level fighters, he started struggling. Sparks and guys like that. He fought another C-plus level fighter night in Jason Quigley. He was able to get the decision, but he's not on that level. It's a reason why Top Rank got rid of him. They saw that he wasn't on that level. He probably was asking for a certain amount of money per fight, and he wasn't on that level, and they cut bait. Now he's over there with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, and they signed him specifically to have another opponent lined up for Canelo Alvarez. Now that Canelo Alvarez has left and went to the PBC and signed with Al Heyman, now they got to go to Plan B, and now you got these opponents that's being mentioned after this fight tonight, like Jaime Munguia and Triple G. Now, we don't even know if Triple G is still fighting anymore. I don't know if he's retired or semi-retired or what's going on with him, but he seems like he done gave up every belt that he had in recent months. So he don't look like he's serious about fighting, but maybe he's probably in the mode of, hey, you give me 10 million, I come back. If I can't get 10 million or what I at least made in the last Canelo fight, I'm good. So that fight probably not going to happen unless Matchroom Boxing opens the vault for Triple G.
But
Now,
what does Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn see in Edgar Berlanga? Do you think they can make him a champion? I mean, Canelo got all the belts. I mean, what do they see in him?
I think again they was bringing him in because they was looking for future opponents for Canelo. This was going to be the plan. They was going to try to get the Bivol rematch. That fell through, but that was going to be the plan. And then they was probably going to fight. Once that fell through, they was trying to get the Badu Jack fight lined up for September. Fight Badu Jack at a catch weight, and then they was going to fight Berlanga in May of 2024. That was the plan. Now that Canelo has left, one with the PBC, now they got to go to Plan B. And again, that's why you heard Eddie Hearn after the fight mention Munguia and Triple G. But he was brought there specifically for an opponent because Canelo was running out of opponents over there on his own. He had fought pretty much the whole Matchroom roster in and around 168 and 175. So he was running out of opponents. So Eddie Hearn had to sign opponent. He saw the Top Rank cut bait with Berlanga, and he signed him. And that's a natural rivalry in boxing, the Mexican versus Puerto Rican rivalry. We had a lot of great fights in the past. De La Hoya, Trinidad. You had a lot of great fights involving Mexican versus Puerto Rican. They was going to try to do that.
Let's tell the fans because I agree with you. I agree with you. JB Sports is right. Eddie Hearn's plan, because he had that relationship and that love that he's got for Canelo. Canelo got a lot of respect for Eddie. Eddie thought that he would bring Berlanga in, right? Build Berlanga for a couple of fights, and then in 2024, Eddie can cash in on another fight with Berlanga. And even if Berlanga ain't that much of an opponent, like you said, that he's running out of opponents, he was. But since Canelo Alvarez signed a new deal, Eddie Hearn now has to work the Berlanga product. Now Eddie Hearn's stuck with Berlanga, and he's got to make a deal with it. Now he's got to make the best. Eddie Hearn's in a position now. Eddie Hearn got to make the best he can with Balanga. So, you know, I mean, Balanga looks like he can sell out where he is, right? It just depends how you move him, right, JB?
Yeah, it depends on how you move now. You know, he fought over there in New York in the theater in the small room in Madison Square Garden. They had a good crowd out there for him. And, you know, that's what you want to do. You want to keep him out there on the East Coast. You know, you don't have to always fight in New York, but maybe you can put him over there in New Jersey. They had fights over there with Shakur Stevenson in that arena. You know, keep him on the East Coast, D.C. Probably keep him on the East Coast where he got a pretty good, strong fan base right over there. You got to match him up with the right type of opponent that'll get people excited, but I think he's going to be one of those guys you can put over there on the East Coast. You know, Atlantic City is another place that's revitalized. They're trying to get back into boxing as well. Boots Ennis is going to be fighting over there July 8th against Roman Villa. So those are some of the places that probably can put on a Berlanga fight. But the question is, who is he going to fight? Mungia.
Let me tell you what I think where we're missing. He's still a ticket seller. He's a big seller. He's a little, you know, he's a little something they can move him. I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Jaime Munguia versus Edgar Berlanga will sell over 400,000 pay-per-views. I actually believe that both of these guys might be B level, B minus, Berlanga might be, right? You know, you guys don't think he's that guy. Okay, but they can cash out on him. The reason why they can cash out, because DAZN got the relationship with Oscar De La Hoya and Jaime Munguia. And he's at 168. That is a big fight to cash out for Edgar Berlanga. But that fight can't be right now. What they need to do is give Edgar Berlanga, you know, I was hoping that Edgar Berlanga can beat a John Ryder. But a lot of people feel in the chat, and I might agree with them on this as well, that Edgar Berlanga's defense and experience ain't that great. Now, when it comes to power, he's got power. But will that work against a John Ryder? Could they give him John Ryder, JB?
Yeah, that's probably the most likely next fight for Balanga is going to be John Ryder. That's a good fight. That's a fit. You know, both of them guys are not upper echelon type of fighters. I don't think they're there. You know, we know John Ryder's, you know, he's a little older, so he's not going to never be there. And Berlanga, I think his floor is kind of low. I think he's, you know, I can see him winning the title there, but I don't think he's going to be an elite fighter. So that'd be a good fight. And that fight will probably be about location. So I imagine that fight would be kind of close. So if it's in the UK, you know, John Ryder might get the decision, but if it's here in New York, then maybe Balanga gets the decision. I see that fight probably going the distance, and it's probably maybe a close fight. Well, whoever wins, you know, you might look at where's the fight actually happening at. In New York, maybe you favor Berlanga. In the UK, you probably may have favored John Ryder. But John Ryder definitely got the experience advantage over him. He's a crafty fighter, left-handed. You know, he will be able to actually have an advantage over him on experience and being in there with the better competition. So it'll be a very, very interesting fight. Berlanga's the more fresher fighter. Got youth on his side, got the power advantage. So, again, this fight probably going to come down to, it's going to be a close fight. So, where's this fight going to take place? In the UK, you favor John Ryder. If it's in the US, you favor Berlanga.
That's a good point. And also, what do you think about Munguia versus Berlanga? Munguia didn't look great against Devchenko. He was getting hurt. He was getting fucking hurt. And Munguia had to come through death and back with that fight, bro, to come back later and do some good shit. Let me tell you this. Munguia coming up at 168 versus Berlanga. Let's think about it logically, bro. That fight, for me, I think Berlanga might be able, because, look, you guys have to understand boxing, bro. Everybody like a Billy Joe or this guy who he fought today, they're all on the back foot, moving around. They're difficult fights, right? Somebody like Munguia is going to come to fight. So Edgar Berlanga ain't going nowhere to look for this opponent. Right? And that's the kind of fight he likes. I think Puerto Rico versus Mexico, who you got in that fight, bro?
Ooh, that's a 50-50 fight. Both of them guys got flaws. Both of them defensively kind of irresponsible at times, get hit with shots they shouldn't be getting hit with. It's a good fight. It's actually a very fan-friendly fight. It's going to be an exciting fight. It's going to be one of them fights. It's going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. This type of fight, it's going to be one of them fights where it's going to be guys going to be slugging it out in the middle of the ring, and I can see both guys getting hurt on different occasions. So it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. It's going to come down to which fighters coming in the best shape, coming in with the best training camp. It's going to be a very, very interesting fight. I'll probably give a slight edge to Mungia because he's been in there with a better competition, even though he ain't been in there with no good competition lately. But his overall resume is better than the Berlanga. He beat Saddam Ali early in his career for the junior middleweight belt after Ali had beat Miguel Cotto in Cotto's last fight. He's also beaten Derevchenko. He's beaten some better fighters. He's beaten Rosario. His competition is much better than Balanga, man. Because Balanga, this probably might be his best opponent that he fought tonight, and that's not saying much. Jason Quigley, so that lets you know his resume leaves a lot to be desired. So I'll probably get a slight edge to Mungia because he's been in there with the better competition.
All right, let me give a shout out to people like Verbio in the chat says Edgar looked good, right? He says Andrade broke his jaw, broke that guy's jaw, but he thinks he looked good. And he looked dominant. He was very dominant. And Tip Bayless in the house. Big up to Tip Bayless, Blitzbane. You know what I mean? Silvers, Solomon, 2011. What's going on, my bro? But yo, Edgar Berlanga came out. He did give you a little bit of an exciting performance. You know, he loves to come and bang it out. But you got to give it to, Quigley came to survive. Quigley didn't want to go out like that. He's got a little bit of heart. He definitely wanted to come to survive because he knew after his jaw got broke, he got knocked down and then stopped against Andrade. Now moving to this fight, Quigley came to survive. He did his best to survive. So he made it, when a fighter doesn't come to fight, sometimes it's hard to look good against. Now, what a good body shot that was, though, bro. That first body shot that Edgar Berlanga came with, I thought, bro, that's a good shot. I thought, man, Quigley ain't coming back from that.
Yeah. Quigley showed a lot of heart, man. He faced a lot of adversity in that fight, and he was able to survive and able to say that he went the distance. He did not get stopped to get knocked out. So that's a feather in Quigley's hat, and he'll probably get another decent fight after this. Quigley, he's gonna be one of them fighters that's gonna be a stepping stone type of fighter, litmus test type of fighter for those young up and coming prospects. To get in there and get in there with a guy that's got a lot of experience, been in the ring with some good competition. He's gonna be that type of fighter for guys that's coming up at 168, that's Matchroom has signed or going to sign in the future.
Yeah, and I'm going to also rephrase people's brains here so they can understand that they're talking stuff, but let's just at least wake some people up. If Mungia fought Berlanga, everybody's tuning in. That is going to be a fan-friendly fight, and everybody's going to be wanting to watch a fight like that. So I don't see that. I think Berlanga is gonna be still an attraction as long as he keeps winning and then he gets these big fights. Because for him, that Puerto Rico and Mexico, bro, that's a huge fight for Berlanga. And if Berlanga shows up, imagine this. You said it's a 50-50 fight, right? So if Berlanga beats Mungia, bro, the man becomes a star without a belt.
Oh yeah. He'd be if he beats Mungia, he'd be one of the top names here in the United States, and he'd be one of the top names worldwide. That'd be a good win for him, and he'll be in line to be in line for some more top-notch fights. Maybe he'll be able to get Triple G to come out of semi-retirement. He'll be lined up for a lot of top fights, man. At 168, and he's one of them guys that I can see moving up to 175 eventually too. He's a big super middleweight, so he'll have a lot of attractive options around 168 to 175. I think what Matchroom Boxing is probably going to end up doing, like you had came up with a good opponent, John Ryder. I think they probably make that fight maybe for the end of the year. McGill is going to fight Derevchenko in the rematch. Now, if Berlanga beats John Ryder, that's not no gimme at all. That's a dangerous fight, especially if you're trying to line up a fight with him and McGill after that. But you say if you put him in there with John Ryder and then you put Derevchenko in there with McGill, and if Berlanga McGill win their fights, then we got a big fight coming up in the first quarter of 2024, Berlanga versus McGill. I don't think it's going to be the next fight. I think both of the guys take one fight in between, they win, and then they probably set that fight up for the early part of 2024.
Yeah, like my brethren Verbio says, Berlanga versus Mungia sells out the What's he say? What's that stadium?
Madison Square Garden. Yeah, that'd be in the big room. I don't know, McGee on the West Coast, so they might have that fight probably gonna end up in Vegas.
Azteca Stadium.
Attacker Stadium. Oh, in Mexico, Attacker Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think when the fight's that big, they gonna put that fight in Vegas. They trying to maximize the money. They gonna want that fight in Vegas more than likely. You know, the Madison Square Garden might get it too, but I would probably assume McGill on the West Coast, Golden Boy. You know, they stationed out there on the West Coast for the most part with a lot of their fighters. I think they're gonna put that fight over there in on the Strip, Las Vegas. That's T-Mobile Arena, MGM Grand type of fight.
Right. So I'm getting some emails. I've seen some emails. People telling me, Repstar, did you watch the J-Rock Julian Williams versus Adamas fight? No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to. Okay, but I did watch a controversial stoppage. Well, I watched just the stoppage, just for a minute. Now, did you watch the whole fight, JB?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. Was Julian Williams getting, how many rounds did you give him?
He didn't win that many rounds, maybe 1 or 2 rounds, man. He was getting beat. He was down on the scorecard.
He was losing anyway.
Yeah, he would lose. He was losing big, man. He was getting hit with a lot of shots, man. And he showed a lot of heart.
So was it a controversial stoppage?
Huh?
Was it a controversial stoppage?
You know, referee might have stopped it a little bit early, but it seemed to me, man, he was on the verge of getting stopped to get knocked out in probably, either in that round or maybe a round or two later. You saw the end result wasn't gonna be the same. You know, he wasn't gonna win that fight. He was gonna take a lot of punishment, and if he wanted to continue his boxing career, maybe the referee did him a solid by stopping that fight. You know, and you can live to fight another day, man, because he was gonna take another 3 rounds of brutal punishment. And why take that in a fight that you're not gonna win? So go on, stop it. His corner should have thought about waving the white flag. Really, you know, you got to look at your fighter. I know I don't know how they go. Some fighters tell their corner, hey, don't stop the fight. Like Wilder told his people, don't stop the fight at all. I'm a warrior. I'm gonna go out on my shield. I don't know what the conversation he had with his corner, but before the fight. But if he didn't have that conversation, they should have waved that white flag and stopped that fight, man. He was taking a lot of shots, a lot of big shots from Adamas, and it was just a matter of when he's gonna get stopped, not if he's gonna get stopped. So I think the referee stopped it a little bit too early, but the outcome was gonna be the same either way. Adamas was gonna win the fight. So.
No problem.
Adamas is in a good position. You know, is in a kind of tough position because he want to fight Charlo, and Charlo finna get lined up and fight Canelo. He's gonna go up to 168. So Suleiman really need to do the right thing. They really probably need to strip Charlo if he gonna fight Canelo and let Adamas fight the next highest ranked guy in the WBC for the vacant of WBC belt, man. It's time for them to get this middleweight division, which has been on life support for the last 2 years. Get this thing rocking and rolling, man. Get some fights and get some good fights lined up at 160. So
yeah, man. So I don't think then it was a bad stoppage. I mean, this is all I'm hearing: bad stoppage. But it seems like overall he was losing the fight anyway. And you know, he was why take another 3 rounds of a beating if you're already losing 90% of the fight? You ain't coming with nothing, right? You're taking heavy shots. Now it wasn't like the Rolly Romero situation, was it?
Nah, it wasn't that bad. That was a horrible stoppage because Rolly didn't land nothing. It just looked bad. You know, the dude was so awkward. The guy he was fighting, man, he was kind of swinging and punching the guy. The guy was reacting to the misses. It was like he was landing in weeks. Well, I think he was in a bad position. He wasn't in the right position to see the punches actually landing or not landing. He went in there and stopped the fight. But just like that fight was, I was thinking Romero was starting to line him up, and he was landing some big shots. I think he probably was finna get that guy up out of there, 40 years old. Like he was kind of slowing down, but still, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's what would have happened. That's what I was seeing. That referee stopped that fight way too early, way too premature. Weak stopped that fight. He should have let that guy who was fighting for a world title at 40 years old. You should have let that guy continue because he was actually ahead in the fight when they stopped it. Unlike Williams was down in the cards and was taking a lot of punishment. So that was a difference. I'm gonna tell you something though. Erickson Lubin looked good, man. He looked good against Luis Arias. Looked very good, man. He took care of business in the co-main event.
Tell us what happened in the fight.
Oh man, the speed advantage, the power, it just levels, man. Erickson Lubin told everybody this before the fight, man. You know, look here, this is levels. I'm faster, I'm stronger, got a good jab, combinations, and stuff. He just beat the guy, man. Beat him. This was probably his best performance in a while, Lubin, man. He put on a beautiful performance, man, against Luis Arias, a guy that had beat us Jared Swift Hurd had some good wins up under his belt. So that was a good win. And Lubin showed that he's a guy that is on a very high level as far as skill-wise, very technically sound, fast hands, beautiful combination puncher. Just a guy with the whole package. Outside of he has a shaky chin. He don't. And when he gets into a tough dog type, back and forth type of fight like he was in Fedora, he kind of let go of the rope in that fight and ended up getting stopped. So he's got to show that doggedness thing. And when you get into them type of fights where you ain't having your way and everything that you're doing is not actually working, you got to be able to bite down on that mouthpiece and show that doggedness in you and come through them type of fights. He haven't shown that to date, but he got all the tools, and that was a good win for him over Luis Arias. I kind of told what's that Polo? I told Polo this the other night. He was saying Arias was gonna win. I said, nah, man, it's the levels, man. Lubin's on another level than Arias. Arias is a solid fighter. Give you all he got, maximize the talent that he does have, but it's just levels of this. Lubin is on another level, man. He had all advantages going into the fight, and those advantages was on full display tonight up in Minnesota.
Yeah, man. So overall, good night of boxing. I mean, at the end of the day, what do you want to see for Adamas next?
For Lubin?
No,
yeah, Lubin. He's like on.
Adamas.
Yeah, Lubin right at 154, even though that fight was like above 154. That fight was like at 156. It was like at a catch weight. But he's a junior middleweight. And, you would think about it like, man, Lubin versus Carlos Adamas. But Adamas is at 160. Yeah, Adamas need to fight for the belt, the real belt in his next fight. And Lubin is at 154. But that wouldn't be a bad matchup. Because Lubin, like I say, he was actually fighting above 154. And I think he probably could move up to 160 with no problem. But that would actually be a good fight right there. But I don't see that happening next in two different weight classes, basically. So I think Lubin's just going to have to keep on winning. And he's going to have to, hopefully, he'll be able to set himself up down the line to get the winner of Jermell Charlo versus Tim Tszyu. Because everything in the middleweight division runs through that fight. And the winner of that fight, which is going to take place, I think, in October of in October, sometime in October, that fight should happen. And everything get kind of sorted out, whoever come out on top in that fight. But Lubin just need to keep winning. If he can get that Fundora rematch, that'll be good. If he can get a Mendoza. Now, Mendoza and Fedora actually finna have a rematch. They fight on the undercard of the David Benavidez versus David Real fight. So that fight is pretty much locked in. So Lubin can fight, again, he probably should be trying to look at, a top 5, top 10 guy at 154, try to match up with them, get another win, and then try to call out the winner of Jermell Charlo, Tim Tszyu, if it ain't no rematch clause, which it probably will be for Charlo at least. So it's very, very, very.
But what do you think? I mean, Charlo's got the fight with Tim Tszyu, right?
Yeah.
Now, the winner of this fight with Adamas, where do you want him to go? Who do you think he should face? The guy who just beat J-Rock. Look, at the end of the day, right? I think right now, at this point, I think J-Rock should just retire. He took a serious beating from the way that you guys are saying that he lost most of the fight. So if he lost most of the fight, he can only now be a name at this point, right? J-Rock ain't got much more to offer. At this point, we can't even see him being a champion anymore, right? His best days were beating what? Jarrett Hurd. Wasn't it, JB? That's the best thing he did, beat Jarrett Hurd.
Yep. Yeah,
So
it might be time. Yeah, like you said, it might be time for him to call it a day. That's one of the reasons why, I didn't have no problem with the stoppage, man. Especially if you want to have another fight after this fight. I want to continue his career. I had no problem with the stoppage, but it's gonna get to the point where he used to making a certain amount of money fighting top level type of fights. If he want to continue to do that, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna be basically like Quigley in a way. He's gonna be one of them guys that's gonna be a stepping stone type of fighter for fighters that's coming up. Trying to test their skills against a guy that's a veteran, been in there with a lot of the top names in boxing. If he wants to be that type of fighter, he might continue his career. But if he don't want to be that, be on that level and basically just call it a day after trying to get a big win tonight, then he probably will retire.
Now, let me tell you the other big news that Eddie Hearn came out with. I don't know if anybody clocked it. Eddie Hearn said that the fight with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua is getting ready to be done in December. That Eddie Hearn saying that December they got Joshua versus Wilder will be at the end of this year, and they're gonna do the biggest blockbuster with Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, bro. Eddie Hearn just confirmed it. You guys need to go check. Eddie Hearn just confirmed the fight, bro. So what'd you say about that, JB?
That's the fight we've been waiting on. Maybe 2023 gonna be the year of finally getting the fights that we've been looking at for the last 4 or 5 years. We got
Bronze
Crawford
bomber,
Spence.
bro.
Now we're gonna get Wilder Joshua. So hopefully it does happen. Hopefully it does happen. Now Malik Scott, Wilder trainer, said they just sent the contract to Andy Ruiz for a fight in the summer. So that'll be a hell of a interim fight for Wilder to take on Andy Ruiz, which is a dangerous fight before he take on Joshua at the end of the year. And Eddie Hearn just said they sent a contract to Dillian White for August 12th. So both guys got to take care of business. Both guys are in fights that are not a gimme fight. So we can't just assume, we're going to see Joshua and Wilder in December, because both guys going to have tough fights coming up. Joshua got to beat White, which he should beat White. White's never been that good in my eyes. And Wilder's got to beat Andy Ruiz. And if Andy Ruiz come in shape, Andy Ruiz is a problem for anybody in the heavyweight division with those fast hands. And he's a guy that's a very good boxer. He don't get credit for being a very good boxer. He actually can box, Andy Ruiz. Got fast hands like a middleweight. He come in shape. He come in like he was in that first Joshua fight. Then Deontay Wilder going to have his hands full. So both guys got to take care of business. If they get the win in the interim, then we're going to have Joshua versus Wilder, the fight we've been craving for at least 5 years, in December of 2023. So we'll see. Both guys got to take care of business, though. We can't, it's kind of good to think about it, but both guys got some tough fights coming up. So we'll see how that all plays out. Got it all plays out, man. We got another fight coming up this Saturday. Big Baby, not Miller, but Big Baby Anderson. He gonna take on Prince Charles Martin. Charles Martin came in as a late replacement for that guy that was supposed to fight him. He was a guy, Eastern European fighter that was undefeated. He had to pull out of the fight because he had visa issues. So Charles Martin stepped in, Johnny on the spot, because Charles Martin was supposed to have fought on another card that fell apart, I think at the end of the year. I can't remember the fight, but he had a fight already lined up about a month ago. But the fight ended up falling apart. And the guy he was fighting, I think either guy, I don't know, something happened with his opponent. Couldn't make it. The card didn't fall apart, but his opponent had to pull out. I don't know. I can't remember what the reason was. So he ended up not having that fight. So he's already was in the gym. So that shouldn't be a problem. Like, you get this 11-day replacement. What kind of shape he going to be in? He's going to be in tremendous shape, because he was in training camp for a fight about a month ago that fell apart. So he'll be ready to go. It's going to be by far Big Baby Anderson's toughest opponent, a guy that's been in the ring with Anthony Joshua. He's been in the ring with Luis King Kong Ortiz. He's been in the ring with Gerald Washington. He's been in there with some solid big names and some solid fighters in the heavyweight division. So it's a good test, a good litmus test for the young heavyweight prospect, Big Baby Anderson. So that should be a good fight coming up in Anderson's hometown of Toledo, Ohio, this Saturday on ESPN. So I'm much looking forward to that fight. And then a week after that, we got a twin bill involving the two biggest names and two youngest prospects in the welterweight division, Jerome Bouts Ennis and Virgil Ortiz Jr. They fighting on the same date against different opponents. Virgil Ortiz Jr. taking on Matthias Stoyanis, and Jerome Bouts Ennis is taking on Roman Villa. And Stoyanis Ortiz fight will going to be on the Zone, and Bouts versus Villa will be on Showtime. So that's going to be a good card. That's going to be a good night of boxing like we had tonight. So much looking forward to that fight. The question about Virgil Ortiz Jr., he's been hella inactive. He's dealing with a medical issue. I wonder how long he's going to be able to stay at 147. Because I think his medical issue was due to the fact that him cutting weight. I think that was like a effect of him getting that condition he was. He was having to cut so much weight. He's a big welterweight. I know his goal is to become a welterweight champion. He was #1 contender for Terrence Crawford's WBO belt for a while before he got jumped by Sean Porter. So he's been at that top, right on that, right on the brink of fighting for a world title. But I think his days could be numbered at 147. It's going to be interesting to see the weigh-in in the Stoyanis fight coming up that Friday before they fight on the 8th, that 7th of July, how he looks. Is he able to make the weight and how he looks at 147? That's going to be very, very interesting. That's a little plot that people not thinking about when they're looking at this fight with Stoyanis. If he comes in this fight in any way compromised, having a hard time making 147, he will get beat against a Manchester Stoyanis in a fight that I look at as not a 50-50 fight. I probably look at it as maybe a 55-45 fight in favor of Virgil Ortiz Jr. But if he comes in this fight in any way compromised, trying to make 147, he could lose this fight. He's in there with a live dog in the Manchester Stoyanis. So that's going to be interesting. And then we got Jerome Boots Ennis taking on Roman Villa. Last fight, Boots was in there with a guy that didn't really want to fight, man. He was on his bicycle pulling Lance Armstrong. Man was running, didn't want to fight, but when you in the ring with that type of fighter, if you're a boxer, you're gonna find yourself in the ring with those type of fighters that's moving around a lot. You got to know how to cut the ring off, and he did not do a good job of cutting that ring off. That's why that guy was able to survive and go the distance with Jerome Boots Ennis. He ain't gonna have to worry about that niche fight because this guy he fighting is the exact opposite of his last opponent. This guy's coming to you, bringing the pressure, looking to go to the body, got a real good chin. He's going to be trying to put that physical pressure on you and that mental pressure on you. And Jerome Boots Ennis is going to be able to showcase his skills in this fight because he ain't got to worry about trying to hunt nobody down. This guy's going to be coming toward him. And Jerome Boots Ennis is going to have to stand his ground and land some shots. And I don't think he's going to have no problem with standing his ground. But he's going to have to showcase his skills in a fighter that's very much different than the guy he was in the ring with last fight. So we'll see how that fight play out. Good fights coming up all the way through the month of July. I think on the 15th, we got Alicia Baumgartner. She coming in there defending her unified titles at 130. She's fighting, I think it's a rematch, a lady that she fought early in her career. She beat, but the girl worked her way back up to another title shot. So that's going to be a fight that's going to be taking place in Baumgartner's hometown of Detroit, Michigan. But the fight of the night is not that fight. The fight of the night is going to be Montana Love versus Richard Hitchison. There's a lot of bad blood between those guys. Richard Hitchison has been looking for this type of fight to showcase his skills. By far the best opponent that he done fought to date, Montana Love. Montana Love in this last fight did not look good. And to me, it seemed like he has, in his last 2 or 3 fights, Love has not really looked that good to me. He seemed like he has regressed. So we can see the Montana Love when he first came on the scene. If that Montana Love show up, it's going to be a good fight. It'll be a more competitive fight. I don't think he beat Hitchison either way, but it'll be a more competitive fight. But the last 2 or 3 fights, how he been looking, if that guy show up, Richard Hitchison is going to beat him and beat him bad. It could be a late stoppage, man. It could be on that level, man. But it's definitely going to be a washing. He's going to wash him. Not 10 rounds or 2 type of fight, 11-1 type of fight. If the last 2 or 3 fights, that guy, Montana Love, show up, that's exactly what's going to happen. So that's going to be potentially a good fight if Montana Love can get back to what he was 2 or 3 fights ago. But that go down July 15th up in Detroit, Michigan, a.k.a. Motown. So we'll see how that play out. And then we'll be 2 weeks out from the biggest and most important fight that we've seen in a while here in boxing. That'll be Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford. In a fight that I think that will be crowned, the winner of that fight will be crowned not only undisputed at 147, but the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. That whole week gonna be good actually, because that Tuesday before that Saturday, we got the monster in a way taking on Scooter, Stephen Fulton. That's gonna be a good fight going down there in Japan. It's a damn shame that fight gonna be going down on a weeknight. 2, 3 in the morning. I got ESPN Plus. I'll be up checking that fight out. But I just think that fight it's in the wrong time, man. It's 2 days. It's the same week of the mega fight with Spence versus Crawford. Then it's on a Tuesday night in the middle of the night. It's gonna get no kind of fanfare. I hate to say it, a fight of that magnitude, because you got a guy that's definitely top 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the weight. And then you got a guy that's right outside that top 10, on my top 10 pound-for-pound. He's right outside that round 11, 12, 13, and Stephen Fulton. It's a great fight, great matchup. Both guys will be taking on an opponent that's by far the best opponent that they fought to date. They're gonna be dealing with something that they never dealt with in the ring professionally before. It's gonna be a very, very interesting to see how each fighters deal with that type of style that they haven't seen. Because make no mistake about it, anyway, ain't been in there with nobody like Stephen Fulton. Nobody close to Stephen Fulton as far as technically wise, skill wise, fast hands, responsible on defense, a guy that knows how to control distance, and a guy that does know how to get into a slug face and get into a grimy fight like he did in the Figueroa fight. He can get down and dirty like in that style too. And then Fulton ain't fought nobody with the power of an Inouye. Inouye got sick power, both hands, and the guy knows how to line them shots up, knows how to get them shots off. He's not no power puncher looking to come in there and load up on shot after shot. He knows how to set up his power punches. Very skillful fighter, a very technically sound. I never seen a guy that technical with that much power. Usually when a guy got that power, he kind of sloppy at times, but Inouye, man, that guy is a technical bomb thrower, man. You just ain't seen nothing like that before, man. He's sick power. So it's gonna be a great matchup. Much looking forward to it. Just a damn shame that it's gonna get overshadowed in a big way, in my opinion, with the Spence Crawford fight going down 4 days later here in the U.S. So we'll see what happens and we'll see what transpires as far as that goes. Let's start looking at what the chat got to say. Let's see what the chat's saying here. The chat. Okay, let's go here. Blitzbang say Eddie Hearn did not look too happy in the conference. You wouldn't be happy either. You lost your biggest star, Blitzbang. The man just lost Canelo Alvarez. He gone. He out of there. He out of there. He gone. He signed with the PBC 3-fight deal. First fight is gonna be Jamal Charlo. The second and third fight, who knows? But he definitely gonna be a PBC fighter in the second and third fight. That's for damn sure. So it is what it is. Let's see what else going on with the chat here. Read the chat.
Yo, get to the chat, bro. I'm just on my laptop. Can you just
okay?
Because I'll send the link. Maybe somebody will come and cook with you in a minute. Yo, everybody, smash that like button. We got JB Sports talking that shit for a minute. I'll be back in a moment. But watch this. Edgar Berlanga came out. Are you guys? What do you think about Edgar Berlanga? Is he that guy? I know I don't think he's that guy, but he's got some big fights. And what is that guy? That guy, we mean the guy that can go and dominate. I can't see how Edgar Berlanga can dominate the 168-pound division, bro. He got killers in this division, bro. Let me mention you some names. Even Gennady Golovkin at this age is a threat, a big threat for Edgar Berlanga, man. Then we got people out there like Morrell Jr. We got fucking people out there like David Benavidez. We're not even mentioning Canelo Alvarez, bro. We got Kalen Plant. We got guys that could dominate. I mean, they're a bit more all-round fighters, bro. And I'm just seeing Edgar Berlanga. Where does Eddie Hearn go with Edgar Berlanga? But yo, get to the chat, JB, and I'll be back.
All right, that'll work. Okay. Blitzbang say Berlanga say he wanted Mungia. Okay, yeah, both guys are with the zone. It should be an easy fight to make now. Both promoters have been going back and forth with each other, Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya. So yeah, I actually will help that fight sell even more. Man, you got two promoters that can't stand each other.
What do you think about Demetrius Andre knocked out Quigley in the second round? But you know who's come to speak about that, JB? We got Punch Drunk Boxing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he did. Oh, he definitely beat him in more impressive fashion than Berlanga. But we all know that Boo Boo Andrade is on another level than Berlanga is. Berlanga is a guy that like I said, he came on the scene very hot. 15 straight first round knockouts, but who was he knocking out? Then they start stepping up the competition, and then he ain't been doing the same type of thing. So he's got to definitely improve and work on some things in training camp and a fight with Mungia. Both of those guys are on the same level, close to the same level. In my opinion, that'd be a big fight for the zone.
I like that JB said that Demetrius Andre is in another level. So when is that other fighter from that level is going to have the balls to face Demetrius Andre? And when will the fans call for that guy in that level to face a Demetrius Andre? See, because the fans is giving these other fighters a pass. The fans is not asking for that level of fighter to face a Demetrius Andre. Everybody just like to see Demetrius Andre not get the opportunity, yet knowing that he's in that level, yet knowing he's a tricky fighter, yet knowing he's an Olympian, yet knowing that he's gonna give anybody trouble. But the fans don't want to call for it. I'm starting to question what the fuck the fans want. Why the fans are not by now saying, you know what, damn, this guy Demetrius Andre is really getting. He's really getting dunked. He's really getting avoided. What is it about Demetrius Andre that these champions don't want no part of? When the fans are really gonna start thinking about it? Or they just gonna let these guys get their little, push Demetrius Andre to the side so they can get their little tune-ups, get their little easy fights and stuff like that. When the fans is really gonna be like, you know what? Give this motherfucker an opportunity, because now it's just plain as day, like this guy's getting overlooked. Like,
yeah. At first they tried to say that the style, you heard what Canelo said in the press conference, was terrible style, terrible. You don't like that style because it's a hard style to look good against, because he's a guy that likes to box, stay on the outside, and basically fight from a distance. But when you look at how he fight recently, though, he's been more aggressive. He ain't fought like that like he usually fight. He's been more aggressive than Nicholson fight. In the fight with QUIGLEY and all them guys, he's been more aggressive, coming forward, looking to make the fight happen. So you would think that style that he kind of been showing in his last 2 or 3 fights is a little bit more of a fan-friendly fight, and that probably would lead to him maybe getting those fights with fighters that, oh man, I want to fight this guy, man. It's gonna be, even if I do win, it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna look good. I'm gonna struggle, and I'm gonna have a hard time getting to the guy, stuff like that. He's not fighting like that all. He fights like that a little bit, but he's a little bit more. He's way more aggressive than he fought 4 or 5 years ago. So you would think in that style that guys would be more willing to get in the ring with him, but he still seemed like to be having the same problem he had when he was fighting that style. So hopefully now that he with the PBC, he'll be able to get those fights. If I'm his,
he ain't gonna get him.
they ain't gonna get him.
Nah.
He need to call out Caleb Plant.
See, the good thing about it, the good thing that I'm privy to what's behind the scenes and what people say. And the fans don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? I understand this community don't like Demetrius Andre for whatever reason. But behind the scenes, with matchmakers, fighters, trainers, Demetrius Andre is the toughest fight for your favorite fighter. Speak to any trainer. Like, forget about Punch, forget about Rapstar. Go and speak to these trainers and matchmakers. I've spoken to Eric Gomez. I've spoken to managers and trainers and matchmakers. Demetrius Andre is a nightmare. And if you can avoid Demetrius Andre, it's good money for everybody. The problem is the fans are giving them are giving everybody else a pass for not fighting Demetrius Andre. I don't understand it. I don't understand why.
Yeah. He was over there with the zone Matchroom Boxing. He couldn't get the Triple G fight. He couldn't get the Canelo fight. He couldn't get none of the top names over there. Now he's over here with the PBC. Hopefully he moved up to 168, which is more bigger names at that weight class than it's at 160, especially up under the PBC roster. So hopefully he can get those fights. If I'm his manager, I'd be like trying to call Caleb Plant and his team, try to get that fight lined up. That's probably the best available fighter.
Let me answer
Punch. The theory is out there today, that DAZN and Eddie Hearn made a joint decision of getting Berlanga into this situation to get the Canelo fight to be structured in 2024. You feel that that's anything to part with of signing Berlanga? Or was Berlanga a separate identity anyway for DAZN and Eddie Hearn?
Edgar Berlanga signed the deal to get a Canelo Alvarez.
So basically that was part of the deal that Eddie wanted for Berlanga too, right?
That was what's pitched to him. It was pitched to him. So he signed solely to Matchroom because he's thinking he's gonna get a Canelo Alvarez fight. It's the only reason why he actually signed to Matchroom.
Yeah.
So and let me debunk this time and time again. What's up, Blitz, in the chat? He said it's money. Stop, Blitz. Everybody stop. Canelo Alvarez was going to get more fighting Demetrius Andrade than Kovalev. He took a $5 million pay cut to fight Kovalev and not Demetrius Andrade. Stop it. The money was there, bro. The money was there for Charlo to fight Andrade, $7 million. The money was there for Canelo Alvarez to fight Demetrius Andrade, and the money was there for Triple G, bro. Stop. People need to stop with the bullshit. That's cap. That's a lie. The money was there. Demetrius Andrade was getting paid, and everybody else is getting paid in the zone. No, it was not a money problem. The money was never an issue. Everybody was gonna get paid.
Yeah, that's when the zone was throwing out that money. Yeah, like you said, money wasn't the problem. They was throwing money out. Shit. Tevin Phone was getting paid big money. He retired, now I got a trucking company running off that. They was paying. They was paying for big money.
Think about it. Because it's Canelo, and shout out to Canelo. Nobody see it like, I want to avoid Demetrius Andrade so bad, I'm willing to take a $5 million pay cut. When do you hear that in boxing, bro? When do you hear that in boxing? Like, these fans don't get it. This man is completely avoided. He is feared, bro. He is feared, man. He's the most feared fighter of this era. And these fans are dumb. They don't get it, bro. They don't want Demetrius Andrade work. This man can barely lose rounds, bro. These guys are avoiding this man, and everybody in boxing is giving them a pass, bro. When do you hear in prize fighting any fighter taking a $5 million pay cut not to face the guy? Tell me anybody in the history of boxing, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anybody, bro. What fighter that fights for a living and fight is a life or death sport says, I'll take $5 million less not to fight this man?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me one fighter, bro. And everybody in this fucking community give that shit a pass. Oh, no, he's a boring fighter. Oh, no, he's this. Man, shut the fuck up. Are you a boxing fan or not, bro? You don't see what they doing to this guy? They're blackballing this man for no reason because he's just too good, bro. Think about it, bro. They're blackballing Demetrius Andrade because he's just too good to fight your favorite fighters, bro. He makes people move up. Undisputed, nah, don't want to fight him. They didn't want to unify the titles with him. Even if you were mandatory, let's not forget, Canelo Alvarez was a mandatory position in 154. Jaime Munguia was in a mandatory position in 160. These people are scared.
Has he got everybody shook,
Freddy
Punch?
Krueger
Has he got everybody shook?
Everybody shook, bro.
So
Everybody
let me ask the chat. Let me ask the chat. Has this man, Demetrius Andrade, got the boxing world shook? Or do you guys agree with Punch? Yes or no?
But and prove it to me. And prove it, because they're all gonna say, they're gonna go the LOL. They all gonna to sugarcoat shit, not trying to keep it real. Tell me why though. The legacy and money always been there. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, he definitely should have got to one of those fights, but Triple G didn't want to fight him, and Canelo didn't want to fight him.
The money was there. They was gonna get
the money was there. The guy didn't want to fight him for whatever reason. They didn't want to fight. They didn't like that style. They know that was gonna be a difficult style to defeat, so they didn't want to get in the ring with him. He's really only had like 2 chances to really get in there with some good fighters. He could have fought Jermell Charlo a while back. He ended up pulling out that fight, signing with another promotional company. He probably shouldn't have did that, but I guess he was making. He had a deal that he couldn't pass up, so he kind of walked away from that fight.
But I know it sounds good now because Jermell Charlo was undisputed. But let's not forget that Jermell Charlo was not even a champion. He was not a champion. He didn't accomplish anything. They're just shaming him now for it. Let's also not forget that Jermell Charlo was under Canelo Alvarez in the sanctioning bodies. It was Canelo Alvarez that he was supposed to fight, not Jermell Charlo. That's what people are forgetting.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to fight Jermell Charlo. He was supposed to fight Canelo.
Yep. Yeah. It's just And I think Jamal was gonna fight when they got on the phone, talk with each other on Zoom, whatever it was, that video on Fight Hype. I think Jamal was gonna fight him. I think that was gonna be the fight that PBC lined up,
They've
but
been talking for
Canelo
2
kind of
months.
shocked everybody signing with PBC, and he's gonna fight Jamal. You can't.
They was talking for 2 months, and
Yeah.
Canelo Alvarez comes in. Shout out to Canelo, and you see when people be like, "All these guys is waiting for Canelo Alvarez," right? Okay, so what do you do to a guy? So what do you say about a Demetrius Andrade that is calling out Jamal Charlo? They're talking, they're negotiating for 2 months, but here comes Canelo Alvarez and says, "You know what? I'll take that Charlo fight," and then it leaves Demetrius Andrade fighting who? Then it's still the same narrative. Why are you waiting on Canelo? This man wasn't waiting for Canelo Alvarez. He wanted the Jamal Charlo fight, and everybody's seen that Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, they went live together, bro. They was wanted to get the fight, but now Charlo's like, "I Andre, come on, you already know, man. I got to get this fight, Canelo." So what Demetrius Andrade want to do? So Demetrius Andrade don't get a Canelo Alvarez fight, but Canelo Alvarez is cock blocking Demetrius Andrade at the same time. So tell me, what's next for him? You don't want him to wait on Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo Alvarez is cock blocking him.
Yeah.
The same shit he did to Suldo Ramirez at 175.
Yeah.
You don't want to fight Mexican fighter. You don't want to fight me. So don't get Bivol because I'm trying to get Bivol. You feel me?
Yep.
But people don't want to keep it real. It's okay.
Yeah, it's like I said, he definitely need to get a fight in while the Charlo fight, Canelo get a fight in. Try to get the Caleb Plant fight. I don't know if Caleb Plant gonna fight the rest of the year. He might not. He might take the rest of the year off after that fight with Benavidez. So that might be a tough fight to get in his next fight.
Like look at this. What I mean about that's why I can't even talk to boxing fan. This guy Abel in the chat said Andre duck John Ryder. When was Andre supposed to fight John Ryder, bro? It was supposed to be Zach Parker, you dummy. That's what I mean. Like these guys are just putting roadblocks after roadblock. When was it Demetrius Andrade was supposed to fight John Ryder, bro?
Nah, he wasn't supposed to fight. Like you say, he supposed to fight Zach Parker. That was gonna be for the WBO interim.
So why
interim
they
bill.
saying John Ryder? Just because John Ryder went a whole 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, motherfuckers have got you. This is what it is, JB. These motherfuckers don't know John Ryder. They never watched this motherfucker fight. They only watch a highlight of Danny Jacobs. They never cared about John Ryder. They never cared about Zach Parker either. But to shame Demetrius Andrade with them, why don't you shame Canelo Alvarez to fight Demetrius Andrade instead of saying John Ryder? See, that's what I mean. People are so quickly to be like, well, he ducked Parker. Why don't you say Canelo ducked Andrade though? Why it's not easy coming out like that? Because it's not a narrative. It's not a lucrative narrative in this YTBC.
Yep. That thing about they love Canelo and they gonna always try to protect him.
I love Canelo though. That's the thing. I love Canelo, but come on, bro. It's plain. This shit is fucked up. What they doing to a fighter, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because in boxing, everything is about opportunity. If you work your way to a position to get a big fight, that's your just due. You deserve it. These fucking fans be like, no, you don't deserve it. Yeah. Oh no, not at 154. He don't deserve it. Not at 160. No. Like, what kind of fans are these guys? Like, yo, Canelo, like, come on, man. I know Canelo Alvarez got groupies, but damn, man, a lot of motherfuckers be sucking his dick out here, bro. This shit is pathetic, bro. It's pathetic.
So you got to tell people straight. Are you saying on this channel that Canelo fans, because I know it, but some of it, but you saying that Canelo fans, even the genuine fans, are scared for him to fight Demetrius Andrade?
Of course they scared.
Wow, go on.
They clouded by saying
Canelo fighting big names though.
They were clouded. He's fighting big names. Good. Fight the hardest challenger in Demetrius Andrade. Why don't they say that though? I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan. I know what's a challenge to Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah. They don't feel like he's a hard challenge.
They know what's a challenge to Canelo Alvarez. They know what style was a challenge. I like to see great fights.
No way. Yo, what up to IB? Abel says Andrade who? He got trash resume. That's what Abel keeps saying.
Yeah, because everybody
says no way. Blitzbane is telling you no way.
Because everybody ducked him, you bitch. That's why he got a trash resume.
And Punch, they're saying you're delusional,
get him on the
bro.
Panel. Get him on the panel so I can.
They say you delusional, Punch. This is why they're talking.
Come on, get him on the panel. Get him on the panel so I can trash them too. Everybody gonna have a trash fucking resume if you don't get the opportunity. That's so easy to say. Triple G don't want to fight you. Canelo don't want to fight you. Jamal Charlo turned it down. All the champions turned Demetrius Andrade down. So he ain't beating nobody.
Yeah,
He
and
ain't
then
beating nobody. Why
he's
don't
supposed
you say these champions need to fight him?
Well, you want me
Y'all
to send the
fucking
link? You
pussies
want
as
that
the
smoke?
fans, yo.
Let me send
Y'all
that link.
fans on pussy. Y'all scared Demetrius Andrade gonna whoop that fucking ass. Y'all pussies as fans, bro. Y'all pussies. Y'all ain't no fucking boxing fans. Y'all protective custody motherfuckers. Y'all bodyguards, bro. You not fucking boxing fans. Tell the motherfucking champion to fight this dude to see what happens.
Yep.
Bitch ass mother. Y'all pussies as fans, bro. I don't talk to pussies, man. I don't like talking to pussies.
Yeah, he had a little bit of bad luck. Like I said, he had the fight lined up with Billy Joe Saunders, and Saunders got popped with PEDs, and that fight got canceled. And he took that fight after having like a warm-up fight or something. A lot of people thought he wasn't going to take that Billy Joe Saunders fight. He was like, nah, I don't smoke. I'm going to fight Billy Joe.
These
So
motherfuckers,
Matchroom lined that fight up.
they rather talk about Earl Spence and Canelo rather than Andre. Because they know fucking Andre will fucking give them a fucking hell of a fight. But they rather fucking talk about Earl Spence and Canelo. These bitch ass motherfucking fans. You fucking protective custody Kevin Costner bodyguard motherfuckers.
Wow. So this guy in
Andrade, he
America.
ought to
Hey,
try to
yo,
get on the
JB,
court.
JB, let me ask you this, JB, because
Yeah.
punch, you know what I mean? I respect what you do. But I want to ask another American like you. Is this man the most avoided fighter you think, like Punch is saying, bro, in America?
Yeah, he's one of the most. I don't know if he's the most, but he's one of the most avoided fighters, man. Nobody was trying to get in the ring with him. It's a difficult style, but I think to his credit, he's tried to change that style up. He's got way more aggressive last 2 or 3 fights. He's coming forward, landing punches. He can easily outbox these guys from the outside with the jab and control distance. But he's actually trying to make the fight happen. You know, trying to make a fight in his last 2 or 3 fights, be more aggressive. But that don't seem like that's getting him anywhere. People, I guess they got it already built in their mind. His style, man. Oh man, I don't want to fight that guy. It's difficult style. He gonna try to box and be slick,
Is that the same
technical.
thing they
Oh,
say
he don't
about
want to take no
Devin Haney?
chances. I don't want to get in
Is
there
that
with
the
that.
same
But
thing they say about Devin Haney, bro?
yeah, same thing. But yeah, see, but his style a little bit more. He's got a little bit more versatile style than Haney, man.
Tell me when Devin Haney
give you one look, so they'll get in the ring with Haney. It's one look.
Tell me that when Devin Haney broke a jaw in the second round.
Yep.
Tell me when he did that.
He had the knockout of the year in 2019. Remember? On the zone. That was
Yeah. Just a little bit, he been a victim of some bad circumstances. Like I said, the Billy Joe Saunders, Jamel Charlo. Now the Jamal Charlo fight looked like it was gonna happen, but then Canelo came in, and you ain't gonna turn down a Canelo fight. I don't care what's going on. 2 years inactive, whatever. I'm gonna take that fight. I've been looking for that fight for the longest. I'm gonna take it.
I don't know, bro. I just come from a different era. I don't know how old is these people in the fucking chat. I come from a different era where people fight each other. The best fight the best. If you fucking get dropped, you get right back up. It's never like, oh, you a weak. The guy that used to get dropped and get right back up and still fight, it used to be we used to call that dude a fucking beast, bro. Nowadays, you get a little crack. Oh, he got dropped by this one. He's not that good. These fucking pussies, bro. They so much pussy fans, bro. So much pussy fans. These fans keep fighters from not fighting certain fighters.
Yep. If I'm a Boo Boo Andrade, I'm gonna try to get on that Canelo Charlo card as a co-main event. Get me in there with a top 5, top 10 guy, 168. Let me be the co-main event. Let me get on that card, man. Because
you know how
you win that fight, then you try to call out the winner of that fight. I want the winner. So as soon as the fight is over with.
You know how I know that Demetrius Andrade is the most feared fighter? The fans are even scared for their fighter to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how when it comes to Demetrius Andrade, I never even hear, because even you want your favorite fighter to beat. If you hate another fighter, like I know that Floyd Mayweather fans hate Manny Pacquiao, vice versa. They still want to see the fight. They still want to see the fight. Knowing that could be a hard fight, they still want to see the fight. But these motherfuckers, they scared. They scared that Demetrius Andrade get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. They scared because they know that Canelo Alvarez has trouble with a style like Demetrius Andrade. So
but why would they be scared, Punch? He's not a knockout artist, and that weight class, he can only outbox you at best.
That's what they say. That's a narrative. Also, Rap Star.
Is it?
It's a narrative.
Okay.
It's a narrative. Oh, he doesn't hurt nobody. Oh, go watch almost all his fights.
So let me ask you: do you believe if Andrade fought Canelo, he would outbox him or he would hurt him?
If he will outbox him.
He could, yeah, but he's not likely to hurt him because nobody's hurt Canelo.
Demise Andre is a different type of fighter. That's the narrative. Oh, he don't hurt nobody. Go so
He
all
got
this fight.
respectable power.
Does Canelo Alvarez, does Demise Andre knock down almost every fighter that he faced?
Some of the fans in the chat are saying, "Yo, Punch, nobody's scared."
No, they
Blitzbane
are
says
scared.
nobody's
So if
scared, bro.
if y'all not scared,
Punch.
say Canelo Alvarez. If they not scared, say Canelo Alvarez fight Demise Andre and whoop his ass right now. Everybody in the chat, if y'all not scared, say Canelo Alvarez whoop Demise Andre. Get that fight next. Get that fight next. How about that? Let me see if these pussies are gonna keep it real.
Hey,
if he's so easy, there's a 3-fight deal. There's a 3-fight deal. The names are Benavidez, Charlo, Demise Andre. Let's get that shit work. Let Canelo Alvarez get Demise Andre first. I want to see the fans want that work. I want to see the fans. If you're not pussy, if you're not scared, everybody asks for that fight right now. Pussy.
Wow, Punch is going in on Canelo fanboys right now.
Boo Boo need to get on that card though. He need to get on that Canelo Charlo card. Get the co-main event, get in there with a top 5, top 10 super middleweight. Win that fight and call them guys. Call the one out right after that fight. And then the big fight coming on right after your fight, and you just got through talking with Jim Gray and telling them you want to fight. Get that ball rolling. Try to get that
Hey,
one.
what'd you say to the fans, JBL, when they say Andrade don't deserve that payday? Have you ever heard of that before?
No, man, he's a top fighter at 168. That's a good fight, him and Canelo. He's top 5.
What'd you think of that phrase? What'd you think of that phrase, Punch?
What?
Andrade don't deserve the payday, they say.
They scared, bro. They scared. I'm telling you, Rap. Come
scared,
on,
for real.
I've been in boxing for 30 years.
Yeah,
bro.
but Punch, Latino people
scared,
yo, Punch, look, the Latino people on your side
man.
of the pond, yeah? But Punch, Latino people from your side of the pond, they're strong-headed motherfuckers.
Who?
Mexican people are strong-headed motherfuckers, bro.
But you know what?
I'm just saying that generally, Punch, if this was Chavez Senior fans or this was real Mexican fans, bro, they're not scared of nobody. They're not scared of nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. This ain't the real Mexican though. These guys on your channel, they're not real Mexican. They're not real Latino.
What about the ones on your channel when you talk about this?
No. My channel, no. These guys on your channel, these Latinos. Nah. These Mexicans on your channel, they're not real Latinos. They're not real Mexicans. You crazy?
But what about have you not seen that on your channel?
Real Mexicans will spit at their face.
What?
The real Mexicans will be like, hey yo, wait, beat the fuck out of fucking Demise Andre. The real Mexicans. These are fake Mexicans, bro. These are fake Mexicans. They ain't no real Mexicans. You don't got no real Mexicans in your chat right now. The real Mexican will be like, beat the shit out. Canelo Alvarez will beat the fuck out of fucking Demise Andre. We want that motherfucker next. How the fuck is Demise Andre gonna step up to Canelo Alvarez? The only man to ever step up to Canelo Alvarez to his face and ask for a fight is Demise Andre. But they pussies. These guys on the panel, they pussies. That's what it is. They be like, no, don't fight him, Canelo. Yo, Demise Andre called them out, cursed them out. And you guys are like, don't fight him, Canelo. They're scared.
And now they're saying, Punch, they're saying that you crazy.
Oh, I know. That's what it is.
They're saying Punch is capping. Let me just say why. Can I say you?
They
I love this.
Yo, this is combat sport. If we let's say in the physical, forget about the YTBC. If we was outside, right, and some dude be like, hey, yo, let's fight. The whole crowd will be like, what? Oh, shit. Everybody get their cameras off. You know what they'll say to Canelo Alvarez? Oh, come on, Canelo. Canelo, fight him. He's calling you out. In the block, they'll call Canelo Alvarez a straight up pussy. Am I right or wrong? If a man, Rapstar, if a man calls you out in front of your whole family, in front of your friends, you be like, nah, I'm not gonna fight you. What they're gonna call you? What they're gonna call that?
Yeah, I mean, on the street is different, of course.
Oh, he's what? I think so. When it comes to Demise Andre, the man that stepped up to him, the whole world saw it.
But do you think that Boo Boo Andrade could ever come to Canelo Alvarez on a table with his missus and kid? Canelo Alvarez would fucking kill him there and then.
No, he won't.
I think you're getting it wrong though. If Canelo Alvarez was ever sitting having a 3-course meal with his family and children and Boo Boo Andrade decided to disrespect him, I think it's fire, bro. I think it's on site.
Nah,
I think Canelo will fucking go in for him.
nah, he won't. He'll be like, please. You know what he'll do? He'll pay Demetrius Andrade to leave him alone. He'll
You're
say,
funny,
here,
Punch. You're funny.
he said, like, here's 100,000. Please leave me alone. I don't want to fight you, so here's money. And matter of fact, I'm gonna call the zone to pay you more money. Not to fight you.
Wow. Punch, you going in. You
Am I
going in on Canelo Alvarez, bro. You going in on Canelo when it comes to this.
No, Rap Star. Am I capping? That Canelo Alvarez took a pay cut not to fight Demetrius Andrade and to fight Kovalev.
Yeah,
Yes,
in boxing, that's different. But on the street, Canelo will fucking go mad.
So okay, now tell me one fighter that
Canelo will fucking go nuts on the
How many
street,
years
bro.
you've been in
Somebody
boxing?
said that to him in front of his wife.
How many years you been in boxing, Rap Star?
Many years. Yeah, over 20 years.
Now, can you just answer for the people because they're gonna think that I'm crazy, right? Can you name me one fighter that took a pay cut, not to fight this other fighter, to fight another fighter?
Riddick Bowe, the cunt.
Who he took a pay cut?
He fucking must have lost money by giving up his belt to Lennox Lewis, the cunt.
Oh, but gave up the belt.
He lost his status for making that kind of major money he could have made, and he went and ducked that fight. Right?
So the people was mad at Riddick Bowe or Lennox Lewis?
Mad at him, bro.
So
mad, even till today.
So people was mad at Riddick Bowe, right? So why not people be mad at Canelo?
Because Canelo went up in 2 weight classes and fought someone. Riddick Bowe didn't do this shit what Canelo was doing.
So there's a justification, but
there's justification for Canelo.
There's a justification for Demetrius Andrade feeling that you are ducking me because you rather take a pay cut than fight somebody else than me.
Yeah. Well, I will say this though, Punch, between me and you, my brother. I'll say this though. I can understand that you're saying that people don't acknowledge Boo Boo Andrade like you do, right? Because they don't see him as the same. Have you ever thought that some of these people actually think Boo Boo Andrade ain't that great like you do? Have you ever thought that?
In boxing, everybody thinks that Demetrius Andrade is great. Talk to anybody in boxing. In boxing, I'm not talking about the YouTube community. Talk to any fighter and tell them about Demetrius Andrade. And tell me one fighter or one trainer that shits on him.
I mean, only the fighters that were going against him, like Charlo in the beginning, and people that have ever talked about him, they put him down, right?
Yeah, but look how they put it.
You'll see what Canelo said to him. What did Canelo say to him? You're a horrible fighter. Who have you fought?
Yeah, but
who have you fought? You're horrible. You have nothing to offer, he said to him.
Yeah, he had everything to offer. You get more money to fighting him than Kovalev. So he did have a lot of shit to offer. He had undisputed to offer him. Come on, man. That's what I mean. People giving it a pass. It's all right.
And the other thing with Andrade.
And put it this way. He's signing a PBC deal, and he still won't fight Demetrius Andrade.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Go on, JB.
It's gonna be interesting to see. Like I said, it's 3-fight deal. All we know is it's gonna be Jamal Charlo the first fight. The second fight, we really don't know. But I would suspect that Benavidez is gonna fight me.
But I will say this though, Punch. You talking about Andrade, yeah? Only versus Canelo, bro. Like you talk about Andrade, is he really that guy who beats everybody?
He outboxed.
No, but let's talk that.
He got the heaviest bag.
You think Andrade can beat Benavidez?
He got the heaviest bag.
You think Andrade can beat Benavidez?
Listen to me. He got the heaviest bag at 168 and 160. Demetrius Andrade got the heaviest tools.
No, I like Andrade. I like him. I think he's a tricky fighter. I give it to you that people do overlook him. What he's done in the amateur pedigree was #1 out of United States when Crawford and these guys were coming up. You can see that he's got great skills. He can fight elusive. He's got very lateral movement. He's got some power. Wait, let me get it off then, innit? He's got some power. You can't deny he ain't got power. But the problem with Andrade is that once he once he's in a position that he realizes that he'll switch on you. Then he'll make it that boring fight when he knows that he can't hurt you. Like, this is the way Andrade works. He'll try something early with you. If it doesn't work good enough, he'll go back to his plan A, which is to outbox you. Okay, I've seen that in Andrade. He got different skill sets, right? He can mix it up. But you're talking about David Benavidez, bro. And I don't think that Andrade is the man at the division. I think there's guys out there, they'll beat him. Now, I'm not denying that you're saying to me that there's a lot of risk with fighting Demetrius Andrade. There's a lot of risk.
What did Samson said about Demetrius Andrade?
But he want money, so they want rewards.
Yeah, they say he can't sell a seat. They basically say he's not a ticket seller.
Yeah, but what did David Benavidez' team say? They said,
what did they say? The same shit about David Morrell. It's the same shit. That's just promotion. That's because he's just not signed to Demetrius Andrade. David Morrell don't sell shit.
Teofimo Lopez's dad. The first thing they said, they want 20 million to fight Devin Haney.
What did Samson say?
Everybody now they want 20 million to fight Devin Haney, bro.
But what did Samson say? We're talking about. I'm talking about Demetrius Andrade.
What they want 7-8 million
to talk.
Yeah, the fight should be at least around that. They were thinking, but obviously, you know that Benavidez came out himself and said, "Yo, I never said that." He said that.
Exactly. So they're business handlers.
Yeah, the business.
So they said $7 million to talk. That's how much they scared of Demetrius Andrade, and all these fans are just gonna sit back and be like, "Oh, fuck it." They said $7 million just to talk to Demetrius Andrade. That's what I'm saying. That these guys get a fucking pass, and y'all fucking fans, y'all give this a pass. Y'all give it a pass.
What the fans giving him a pass?
What they giving him a pass? Is the most pussiest coward shit that goes around this shit. You will fucking forget about undisputed. You wouldn't even want a title shot. You don't even want to unify. You need to pay $7 million to talk to him. And
man, I don't know about no boxing fans. I want to see Andrade fight David Morrell. Yeah, stop relying on Canelo Alvarez. Everybody's life don't need to stay on him. If he could fight David Morrell, one of them young bucks, if he fancies his job, or David Benavidez, bro. Those names are fresh, young guys. Why can't Andrade go and show the world that he that guy? Because I'm telling you now, if he beats one of them guys, he's that guy.
When is those guys gonna fight him, Rap?
I'm just saying, I don't think Benavidez will ever avoid the smoke with Andrade.
Well, they are avoiding the smoke.
No, they're not, because right now, when I told you that Benavidez' dad was here, and he told you, bring Andrade here right now. No, but he told you in your face. No, but Benavidez' dad told you in your face. No, bro, he told you on my channel, brother. No. He told you on the channel. Yeah, we'll send the contract. Let's get Andrade. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, Punch. You get Andrade. I'll get Benavidez.
That's entertainment for y'all. That's entertainment.
Yeah, we want to see that. We want to see if this guy's for real. Does he want to fight him?
These guys are grown men. They're not here to.
I said to you.
When did David Benavidez come over here and talk?
Bro, David Benavidez' dad said, bring him on. You said that you do it.
Benavidez come.
Well, then we get David Benavidez. We'll tell his dad.
Get David Benavidez right now.
You get Andrade, bro, because I always get Benavidez.
Get David Benavidez.
Benavidez told me. You know what Benavidez told me about Andrade, though? He told me this.
Get David
Benavidez. No, but let me tell you this, though,
Punch.
No, but Punch, let me tell you what he told me. He goes, I like Andrade. This is what he said. I like Andrade. I spoke to his father. He already told me. He goes, I spoke to his dad. If they want to get it on, let's get it on, Rap. But he told me one thing behind the scenes. He goes, my son will break that fucking guy up. That's what he told me. Now, he told me to tell you, every time you speak about him, bring him on the shit. Because when he was here, he asked you, bring him here. He goes, let's talk to him. Because David Benavidez will break his fucking, break him up.
Demetrius Andrade told me, get David Benavidez on the panel, he'll jump in.
But bro, they told you already. They want that smoke. So I know there's only one person. Yo, JB, there's only one person in this whole fucking world that can probably get this interview together, and that's Punch.
So I'm telling you.
I know Punch is the only guy that can get to Andrade.
Get David Benavidez right now, and Demetrius Andre will jump on the panel right now.
I don't believe that. He never came last time.
No. Jose Benavidez is there. Get David Benavidez.
No, we'll tell Jose this. And what did Jose tell me?
Get David. All right, get David Benavidez.
What did Jose tell you, bro? Jose told you, Punch, go get your boy. Let's get him on here. Let me show you what we got for him.
He wants to talk to David.
He wants to talk to your boy Boo Boo. And he told me that Boo Boo don't want that talk.
David wants David.
Look, it'd be good to get Boo Boo to get that smoke.
Let's go. Get David Benavidez
you know what
on the panel. I got Demetrius Andre on the panel. Let's get it right now. Now.
I'm telling you now, that guy came there already and told you. So what we got to do?
Right now.
Hey, listen, I don't know about no right now you can call people up. I don't know what time it is over there. I don't know what time it is over there. But listen, the Benavidez is already expressed on this channel. So they even specifically said.
We got... Look.
Bruv, at the end of the day, the man's father told you. When you said, okay, he told you, they'll bring him on. We'll fight him. We're not like the rest of these people, bro.
So the contract is sent? Are they negotiating?
But at least that will be a part of a strategy to really see, Punch, if Boo Boo Andrade really will talk to the Benavidez.
Are they negotiating?
Like he did with Canelo Alvarez, right?
Who?
Your boy Boo Boo Andrade wanted that smoke with Canelo, right?
Yeah, he wants that smoke with Benavidez.
So let me see. Does he want that smoke with Benavidez?
Exactly. He wants that smoke with Benavidez.
He ain't got the same energy for Benavidez, though, has he?
He got the same energy for Benavidez.
Now, come on, Punch. He ain't got the same energy for Benavidez.
Oh, so you could talk. So you're saying that David Benavidez want that same smoke? You never spoke to David Benavidez.
Okay. What do you know?
Huh?
What do you know what they told me, Punch? Hey, let me tell you. What do you know what they told me, bro? What do you know what they told me?
Yo, look.
Hey, Punch, I even told you.
Live. Yo, Rapstar, you see me live in effect. You see me live. Get David Benavidez on. I'm telling you right now. I spoke to Demetrius Andre an hour ago.
You can't just click fingers.
Tell your UK friend. He said, tell your UK friend, get David Benavidez on, and let's get that work right now.
Hey, Punch, I can't just bring a man out at this
time. You called Jose Benavidez yesterday.
I don't know what time.
He picked up.
Yeah, but Punch. Punch. UK Punch.
Let's go, baby.
Punch, don't talk that with me.
Let's go.
I'll let you talk, then I'm going to talk. Go on. I'll let you talk.
Let's go, Rapstar. Get David Benavidez on. You called them yesterday in front of the whole world, Jose Benavidez. Not giving a fuck. I want you to call him right now. David Benavidez, tell his father, pick up the motherfucking phone. I got Demetrius Andre on speed dial. Let's get this show rolling right now on Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. No more shit. No more running around. Call him right now, Rapstar, like you did yesterday. Right now.
Are you finished? Can I go?
Go ahead.
All right, look, I know Punch is ready for excited about Andrade, right? But look, the Benavidez's came on my channel 3 times, and I spoke to him and David on the scene, behind the scene, and what they said about Andrade, I don't want to say because they still respect Andrade, but he said that's no match, right? Now that's how the Benavidez feel about Boo Boo. Now I know Boo Boo want that smoke with Canelo. Yes, I phoned him up and I got people on speed dial. But I just checked the time over there. It's late out there in America, man. I can't just phone up people anytime and say, yo, I need to put you on the spot every time. But yo, let me just say this. I bet you any money. I've had him over here 3 times. Wait till I get Benavidez Senior here again. And I'm going to tell him, bring David on. Because I got a guy that's telling me about this guy, Boo Boo Andrade, against your son. And watch what they'll say. And I guarantee you, he'll say, okay, because I don't want to waste their time. I don't think Boo Boo. I don't want to waste their time, Punch. I think I'm not going to disagree that Boo Boo Andrade had that smoke for Canelo Alvarez. I ain't going to disagree that. But when I spoke to Dave, respect to you, to Demetrius Andrade, what did he say to me? He said to me, yo, the man of the whole division is David Benavidez. Now, I don't think he wants that smoke straight away himself. Cool. I personally think Andrade would like to fight David as his last fight out if it's a money fight. I don't think Andrade wants that smoke like you think that he does with Benavidez.
What did David Benavidez tell you?
Look, I'm telling you, you can say what you want. I'm telling you that they would easily take that smoke with Andrade.
Okay. That's what David Benavidez told you.
Of course. Hey, bro, that's
Okay.
not even a
All
conversation.
right. So
But at the end of the day, of course, you got to bring your boy. He ain't said nothing.
Okay.
He ain't talking about Benavidez, bro.
Okay,
Benavidez already spoke about
because we
him.
didn't hear. Time out, rap. We didn't hear David Benavidez. We
But
hear
we
his
heard his
father.
dad. And you
All
speak to
right.
Teofimo Senior all the fucking time.
All right then. So I'm talking about David Benavidez. You said David Benavidez wants to fight. I'm telling you, Demetrius Andrade wants to fight.
Okay, so let's see that.
So
let's hear that energy, because we ain't heard that energy from Boo Boo.
Well, you ain't hear it on your fucking panel. I didn't hear it from David Benavidez.
Well, David Benavidez's dad told you in your face.
No. I don't give a fuck about the
Everybody's
father.
telling you in the chat. They told you, go bring him
father.
now.
I'm talking about David.
Okay,
I'm
so,
talking about Jose. I'm talking about David.
But look, the father told you already, bro. My son is what I say.
All right,
I'm telling you.
Demetrius Andrade himself, not Paul Andrade. Demetrius Andrade told me he won Benavidez, not Paul Andrade.
All right, so now you're telling me that he said he wants that smoke, yeah?
He wants that smoke right now. Put David Benavidez. He wants that smoke.
Okay, so we I tell you what then. Well, I want to hear it from Demetrius Andrade, so that don't waste Benavidez's time.
Am I wasting your time?
No, I'm saying I don't want to hear no wasting time.
I'm saying
because we ain't heard that from no.
If I say get David Benavidez on,
I'm saying
Andre's
that we don't look right now. I don't think the energy is the same for Benavidez than it is for Canelo. Let's be real. I'm keeping it real though, brother. I honestly think Demetrius Andrade would rather not fight Benavidez.
Look.
I think that'd be the last fight he would want.
While we when we speak to each other, you know this, and this is on the panel. You know what I'm saying?
I love this entertainment, but go on.
when you have, I respect when you have your relationships with fighters and stuff like that. I have relationship with fighters, so we're talking in the open right now. You got the Benavidez, right? I got the Andrade. I trust you that if David Benavidez tells Rapstar that I want Demetrius Andrade, I take your word for it, my brother. I'm not going to question you because you have the relationship with them. But don't question me when I say that I just finished talking to Demetrius Andrade an hour ago, and he said he wants David Benavidez.
All right, so now you heard that. Let me just stop you then. So now we heard that, yeah? We heard that. We heard that you said.
So don't say, I don't think, because now it's like you're not giving me my word.
All right. So look, we heard that,
so
yeah.
You calling me a liar?
All right, so we heard that, yeah. Demetrius Andrade has said to Punch that he wants David Benavidez and he would fight them next, right? So we gone from Canelo to skip everybody else that he would fight David Benavidez with the same energy. Now, of course, he probably would. Maybe he's left, needing some big fights now. I'm not saying that he would avoid the smoke like that. But I'm saying the energy ain't going to be the same. The Benavidez is up for that smoke as well. I'm telling you. They know that they don't feel a threat by him at all.
Look at this.
But of course, I got to agree. I got to agree with you. If he told you that, then yes. Yeah. So, but I'm just letting you know that the Benavidez don't feel about him like look, nobody don't think he ain't a good fighter. Nobody don't think he ain't a good fighter. But the way that you think, that people think they're avoiding him. Nah, Benavidez don't feel about it like
bro,
that.
Who's your
I'm not saying
fighter?
about Canelo. That's what you said. I get
who's
it.
Your favorite
right?
Fighter,
I'm talking about Benavidez.
Who's your favorite fighter, Rap?
There's a few.
Who's your favorite fighter?
Depends, innit? A lot of fighters I like now.
I know.
I got lots of fighters.
I know Rap, and I know the number one guy that he vouches for. Who's your number one?
I don't know if I vouch for anyone like that.
Who's your go? Come on, Rap.
Tyson Fury.
I hate when you do that.
Tyson Fury.
Thank you. What did Tyson?
Oh yeah, but that was Tyson Fury when I can't because of the YouTube.
What did Tyson Fury say about Demetrius Andrade? Rap star.
Yeah, but that was Tyson Fury because I was smoking people because of YouTube a lot, right?
But can you tell me what?
Yeah, Tyson Fury. I used to burn people down with Tyson Fury. I used to smoke them out.
What did your golden goose said about Demetrius Andrade?
He said that Demetrius Andrade should fight Canelo. Right? But there's people saying that Errol Spence should fight Canelo too.
Yeah, I love you, Rap, man. I love you, Rap.
Isn't there people saying that
I love how you just...
Yeah. Isn't there people that say that Errol Spence should fight Canelo?
Yeah, he's a big welterweight, so he probably can see that fight.
Look how many people are saying Errol
Canelo's a
Spence should fight
small,
Canelo, bro.
super
Hey,
middleweight.
look, man, I'm having a bit of fun here as well,
See,
right?
with that
I
answer,
got to have a bit of fun
my
here.
energy is low with that.
Look, I got to have fun here, right? But look, at the end of the day, I do see how Andrade didn't have the right opportunities with Golovkin, Canelo. He hasn't got that big fight to on his resume.
You know, had to see with the fight, yeah.
You know what I mean? He hasn't, that is a bit bad, man. Being in boxing all your life and not given, that one big fight that certifies you in your life. And I feel for him. And I'll be like, that's why I feel that he should be getting some big fights. But honestly, yeah, I understand that, Andrade is a good fighter. But I'm just saying that Benavidez if there was money there, they would definitely take that fight without a doubt, right?
You think Caleb Plan B's Andrade?
But let me just say this. But at the end of the day, I just feel right now with Andrade. How old is he? 33.
35.
34. 35?
Mm-hmm.
35.
Yeah, he got to start making it happen.
What do you mean start? It should have already happened already a long time ago, bro.
But look what you said. Look what you said. You said
35 years old, and Devin Haney got a better resume than him.
Look, you said this earlier.
35 years old, and Teofimo Lopez got a better resume than him. You know what? Andrade's had a fucking maybe bad luck at the same time. He's made loads of millions, though. At least I respect that boxing gave him many lot of money at the end. He made loads of money with DAZN. I'm glad he was able to do that.
Why he made a lot of money with DAZN?
Because DAZN also was looking for fighters to try and get the American market, and he came into that category at that time. And I'm glad he got that deal, because at least he's got something good out of boxing, making loads of millions. You know what I mean? No matter what people think, he's got enough money set for life, right? So I'm glad he's got that money, because he at least achieved something while boxing didn't give him the best fights.
So why did they give Edgar Balanga money?
Edgar Berlanga's a ticket seller.
What?
Edgar Berlanga's bringing Puerto Rican stuff. He's got more clout. He's bringing that fucking New York power. He brings that fucking shit to the table, innit? He's a product now.
So Edgar Balanga is a ticket seller because he sells out the Hulu Theater. But Teofimo Lopez is not a ticket seller because he sells out the Hulu Theater.
Yeah, but Eddie Hearn said that Teofimo had blank seats on the last fight, even with
That's
Josh
a lie.
Taylor.
He knows that.
That's what he said, bro. So he made a statement himself, my brother. Listen, Eddie Hearn said Teofimo Lopez is not that guy because he don't sell like that. And I can play that interview, and he goes, he just doesn't bring that spark.
I'm going to say it again.
And this is what else he said. He said he didn't even sell out the stadium with him and Josh Taylor.
I'm going to say it again. Yes, he did. It sold out the day before.
All right, but that's what he said. So
that's what he said.
I got to report what he's saying, though, innit?
That's not the facts, because I'm reporting it, because I was there and Eddie Hearn was not there.
But couldn't Eddie Hearn get sued by saying shit like this out of Bob Arum and Top Rank and fucking Teofimo by putting such a name up like that?
No, he's a promoter. He only gets
But he
sued.
can't just say that, hey, yo, Teofimo ain't shit.
No, he's a promoter. He'll get sued if he was the promoter and the president of a network saying that he's lying. He can't lie when there's shares.
Yeah.
He can't
I
lie.
don't know why he would downplay that so much.
So that's what I'm saying. This is what I mean. That is a contradiction. You just said that they signed Edgar Balanga because he's a ticket seller. He only sold out the Hulu Theater. He never fought outside of the Hulu Theater. And matter of fact, Edgar Balanga didn't sell out the Hulu Theater the fight before when he got suspended. So he's a ticket seller, but Teofimo Lopez that sells out the Hulu Theater every time he's been there is not a ticket seller. You see how people switch it up?
So who's
no.
Even though Teofimo
Edgar Balanga signed with Matchroom because there was a potential Canelo Alvarez fight there.
But I think Edgar Balanga has got more of a liked personality than Teofimo Lopez.
How? He just got suspended.
I'm just saying, because you know what it is, right? Looking on the outside, looking in, looking at Edgar Berlanga for the last 4 years with this Fat Joe and how they bring that swagger. that New York style. I think he's got a good name like that. That I feel that there's a good support system for him. Maybe I'm wrong. Do you think that he got more support system though, even though he ain't got legacy nowhere near like Teofimo?
Bro, Teofimo Lopez got everything about like got accolades, got more social media, got without even doing this code, this hip hop and having all these celebrities, he still got more social media than Edgar Balanga. He sells out the Hulu theater like a Edgar Balanga. So it's what are we here talking about? Edgar Balanga signed the matchroom to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. The reason they paid Demetrius Andrade that type of money because there was a possibility as a champion that he's going to get a Triple G and a Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Why
But
didn't
the
you
way
tell
that
me,
you put it,
JB?
but the way that
JB, is
you put it,
Teofimo a huge star in
but the way,
America? Is Teofimo a huge star in America?
No, I don't think he's a huge star. No, I don't think he's a huge star. I think he's a decent name in boxing. He's a solid draw. You know, he sold out the theater room in Madison Square Garden. But is he on the level of a Tank Davis? No. Is he on the level of a Ryan Garcia? No.
Is he
Is he
on the
even
level
on
of
the
a
level of a
Devin
Devin
Haney?
Haney? I think he's probably slightly up under Haney. Haney had done a pay-per-view, so he's a decent name. He draws fans, but he's not a major attraction. Let me just say it like that.
the difference between this, Teofimo Lopez has a boxing fan base. And if you look at it, Teofimo Lopez, let's say, because now in boxing they want to gauge shit with social media. Teofimo Lopez fan base is solely boxing fans. These other guys have social media appeal from fans outside of boxing. So let's say Teofimo Lopez, remember he did 4.3 million. That's boxing fans. With Lomachenko, he did a million, and way more numbers. They didn't even count ESPN Plus and the streaming stuff with Josh Taylor with no promotion, bro, no promotion, and still did good numbers. So what Teofimo Lopez is a boxing star, boxing solely, not nothing outside of it.
So you think the media, well, the media don't carry him like that. The media don't show him like that. The promoters don't talk about him like that. So then it does deflect him, doesn't it?
I don't. You gotta. For me, when you hear Eddie Hearn saying things like that, that's not Eddie Hearn. That is him going against Bob Arum. That's what the promoter. Look at today. Oscar De
No,
La Hoya
but
going at
just
Eddie
when you
Hearn.
got promoters like that saying it, Punch, and then your own team and your own network, they downplay you, only giving him, you saw what they did to him leading up to the fight. We know he doesn't make friends himself. So is it that the media also helped by him not being the star? Because, boxing's controlled as well in some
That,
environment. So
but
they also do help by showing that they don't push him like that either. So it does deflect on him. Not everybody sees it like your side. You get what I
but
mean?
that
Overall, it affects him.
but that speaks high volume. That speaks high volume of his star power. That you don't even gotta promote me, and I'm still gonna sell out the Hulu theater, and all my fans are still gonna go over there. I'm from New York City, bro. I never seen so many Honduras in my life outside of a Teofimo Lopez um fight. I didn't even know that there was so many Honduras people.
Bro,
And this
Teofimo
coming
should
from a
be.
New Yorker.
Yeah, but look, Teofimo should be way bigger than he is. And he should be, talked about way more than he is
Bro,
in boxing. But he,
I'm saying we need to stop with we need to stop with the fake narratives. It's almost like when Demetrius Andre fought in Providence, he had 8,000, 9,000 people in Providence, right?
Oh yeah, Donut Center. Yep.
Oh yeah, or in the Dunkin' Donuts shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alexander Usyk came to Chicago, and there was 8,000 people there, but he still get the big fights. Ain't nobody saying Alexander can't pack a house. When did Alexander ever fought at home? What's Alexander Usyk's fan base? But nobody says, well, Alexander Usyk doesn't have any fans and doesn't sell out or nothing like that. He'll still get the big fight. These fans want to come with the, oh, this guy doesn't sell. Oh, that's why the reason he don't get a fight. Shut the fuck up. Who the fuck John Ryder? So what kind of fan base does John Ryder have? But he'll still get the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like people just were putting roadblocks for no reason. Why the roadblock? We still want to see the fight. So let us know. 3-fight deal Canelo Alvarez. Who's the three names? Who's the three names?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think Benavidez is gonna be the last. If he do fight Benavidez, that's gonna be the third fight. That's not gonna be the second fight. I don't know who he gonna fight the second fight. Maybe it'd be interesting to see who they put him in there. Maybe it will be Boo Boo Andrade for the second fight, or maybe if Errol Spence Jr. beats Crawford, he's going to give him a rematch if Crawford exercises a rematch. So he's going to be out of the picture. Maybe it is going to be Boo Boo Andrade by process of elimination. Could be Boo Boo the second fight. I think Benavidez be fighting. That's going to be the third fight. I don't see that being the second. Be the last fight on the contract. That's if I'm Boo Boo, I try to get on that Charlo Canelo card. Be the co-main event against the top 10, top 5 super middleweight. Get a win and call out the winner right after the fight, and then that fight be coming on right after your post-fight interview with Jim Gray. So you get the ball rolling on that. Get the winner who'll win that fight. Unless I would imagine Canelo probably gonna have a rematch clause if he lose. So that's another thing. But if he win though, that'll open up that fight with Boo Boo. Yeah. We'll see what happens, man. Boo Boo is an undefeated fighter. It'd be interesting to see as far as Hall of Fame. He's definitely got Hall of Fame talent, but just the resume is not there yet. So he definitely getting there with some top names, man, to enhance his resume. But he does have Hall of Fame talent, but I don't know if the resume is there.
Boo Boo still ain't got the biggest fight of his life. At least he should have had one of them, GGG, if it wasn't Canelo. You know what I mean? I want to see him at least fight one good name before he retires. Like, I would even say Caleb Plant. You know, I'd be happy to see Demetrius Andrade versus Caleb Plant. But I don't know if that would happen right now.
Yeah, that's who you need to call out, Caleb Plant.
What I want to hear is who's going to be held accountable, though. Like, all right, we want to see Demetrius Andrade with this one, but who are we going to say, yo, you need to fight? Who's going to be... We're always saying people are always saying Demetrius Andrade is not fighting nobody. He doesn't have this. He has that. When are the boxing world going to hold the others accountable for not fighting? That's what I want to hear.
You know what the problem here is as well, though, Punch. You know, a lot of fans were not kind to Demetrius Andrade when he gave up his belt for Genovic. They started calling him a duck for Genovic. And I know he ain't no duck, but I know that they said he gave his belt up. That was some power he had, and I was debating motherfuckers about that. And I feel that belt that he had moved in the other way, and then, boxing, and I agree, if you ain't got the people around you, boxing will fuck you over, just like the Matrix. If you're not with the people, then you'll have to take the back step. And Demetrius Andrade was getting lowballed after all the problems going back and forth with Zach Parker. And that fight got fucking... He went away from that purse bid because it was so low, right? And justifiably, after what happened. But at the end of the day, with all those shenanigans, fans are very fucking... these days they're like, well, he should not have given up his belt. And they don't give Boo Boo Andrade an easy time for that. What do you think about that, JB? And then I'll get to Punch. That him giving up his belt to Genovic, because that's where he had power. That's where he had weight. That's where he had some business.
Yeah. People just look at who he fought. They don't look at the backstory of what's been going on throughout his career. He had a bad luck with the Billy Joe Saunders fight. That fight was signed, sealed, and delivered, basically. But Billy Joe Saunders popped dirty. So that fight fell through. That wasn't Andrade's fault. Now, he probably could have took the Jamel Charlo fight, but like I say, that wasn't for no world title. He was chasing Canelo. That's what Punch was saying. He was chasing Canelo. But that was a big fight that was pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered too. But he walked away from that fight and signed with another promotional company. Those two names, if he would have got the dub, would have been some good names on his resume. And we'd be talking about a different situation involving Andrade right now than we are right now. Because he doesn't have a signature of win or signature opponent in his career to date. So he still got I would say he still probably got a good 2 or 3 years left as far as being an elite level fighter. It seems like he ain't had been in a lot of tough fights, a lot of battles. So even though he is 35 years old, I think he's a young 35 as far as fighters goes. He's not been in there in a lot of wars. So I think he still has a good 2 or 3 years left in him. And he needs to really make these 2 or 3 years that he has left. He got to make it. He got to make it happen, man. He got to get in there. He got to call these guys out. He's got to get these guys in the ring by hook or by crook.
Bro, if they haven't fought him before, what makes you say they're going to fight him now then?
Well, he with the PBC now, so his chances are better. See, he was with the wrong people, man. He was with the wrong people at the wrong time, man. He with the right people at the right time now. So he with the PBC, and I think he'll be able to get the fight start. He's in there with if the PBC can't get him Canelo, then it just ain't meant to be. Matchroom couldn't get him Canelo, so the PBC can't get him Canelo, it just ain't meant to be.
Because his name's not that big?
Huh?
If they're both networks don't put the fight up, what does that mean?
That means that this ain't meant to be, man. Just it's gonna be one of them. I'm trying to think of a fight of a past that had a career with the reaches Boo Andrade. He just had one of those careers. He just couldn't get the big fight.
America, bro? Jamal Charlo or Demetrius Andrade?
So
go on.
So Jerome Boots Ennis don't deserve a fight with Bud or with Spence because he doesn't sell on no arenas, right?
Yeah, but he's not 35, innit? He's not 35.
Hey, but but he could be the next Boo Andre. He could be the next Boo Andre if it keeps going the way it's going. If fans want to become the managers and say, well, this fighter doesn't deserve the fight because he doesn't put butts in the seats, well, Boots Ennis don't put no butts in the seats, so okay, it's good for him not to get the fight. Is that the type of fans we're becoming now?
Yeah. Like I said, Boots,
and then there's the other side where people get mad that a Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fighting for just money and no belts, and they're saying that fuck the belts, right? See, there's a lot of contradictions I feel in this community. Do we want to see the best fight the best? The people's in position to get the fight. Do we want to see that? Or we're going to be the fans and be like, well, no, he needs to sell more and then he could get the fight.
Yep.
Because think about this. After Bud Crawford and Earl Spence, it's going to be a huge success.
All right, let's talk about the best. When you say the best, at 168, Canelo's number one, right?
Yep.
Agree?
Yep.
Do you agree? Right. David Benavidez, I feel, is number 2 now.
Yep.
Do we agree?
Yep.
Number 3 at 168. Who is it?
Boo Boo Andre.
Is it Morrell? Is it Kalen Plant? Is it Boo Boo Andrade?
It's either them or David Morrell. It's one of them 3. Or David Morrell.
Who is it? Who's number 3, bro? I need to know. In America, in the world, right now.
Boo Andre.
Is Boo Boo Andrade number 3?
I probably would put him. I probably put Morrell there. Morrell or Plant. Plant been in there with the 2 top guys. Benavidez and Canelo was competitive in both fights. So it's either to me Canelo. Or it's either Plant or Morrell. I got Andrade in the top 5. I would have him 3.
But he made the top 5, right?
Oh yeah, he top 5 for sure.
So
yeah,
he's relevant for everybody.
Yeah.
So people should be saying, "Hey, yo, why not fight him?"
He might get it, man. He might get it. All we know is Canelo fighting Charlo the first fight. I'm looking at the second fight. I can see it being Boo Boo in the second fight. Now Boo Boo need to get a fight in though. He can't just sit back and wait, kick back. He needs to get a fight in, and he need to be trying to get Caleb Plant. Like Caleb Plant, that's a main event fight. But if he can't get the Plant fight, he need to get the co-main event on the Charlo Canelo pay-per-view card in September. He need to try to get on that card as a co-main event against a top 10, top 5, top 10 super middleweight.
So you give me
the
you give me the opponents that you believe that Boo Boo Andrade should be fighting in the next year.
Either he fight Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant probably not gonna fight the rest of the year. Maybe he fight at the end of the year. If he does fight at the end of the year, try to get the Caleb Plant fight. If you can't get that fight, then you try to get on that Canelo Charlo card in the co-main event against a top 10 super middleweight. I got to go look at the rankings and see who all up there. You know, the super middleweight division is kind of top heavy. You know, you got Canelo, Benavidez, Morrell, Plant, and Andrade. And then you got John Ryder, I guess, right there at number 6. So outside of that, it's not really that deep as far as names go or like this. I have to look at the division and see who the top 10.
That's good, man.
Whoever it is, you get the top 10, you know, you try to get them and you try to get that fight lined up for Boo Boo. And like I said, try your best to get on that card with Charlo and Canelo. That's a co-main event. That would if I was representing him for his team, I'd be telling him, let's try to get that lined up first with the Plant fight. Can't get that, then let's try to get on the Canelo Charlo card as the co-main versus top 10 super middleweight. And then after that, we set ourselves up to fight Canelo in May of 2024. Set that fight up. Who else he's gonna fight? I don't see nobody else. I really don't. It could be Benavidez, but I think they probably try to save that Benavidez fight for the last fight on that 3-fight contract. I don't know if they fight Benavidez on this. Maybe they do fight him on the second fight, and then if they lose, they can fight him on the third one in the
So we
rematch.
go to the chat for a minute.
I think more likely to be the third fight.
Yo, T-Pop says amateur mileage is a myth. 35 years old is 35, yo. Verbio says you're really dumb. No, he's talking about something else. But no, you guys keep it moving. Go on, Punch.
Nah, I say, he ain't he's gonna go. He ain't gonna. Nobody's gonna fight him. He's gonna retire. Nobody's gonna fight him. People are gonna be happy about it. You know what I'm saying?
Why should people be fucking happy about it, though?
I don't know. I mean, that's. I mean,
that's
look
fucking
at your.
stupid.
But look at your chat.
Why would they be happy?
Because then their fighter didn't get a chance to challenge themselves.
Oh, you're saying that the fans are still out there trying to get. They don't want to see a fighter fighting.
Yeah, you know what? I think I want to sound like a lot of these guys on the panel on my channel. I want to say that certain fighters should not get the fight. Because
So you basically saying that Canelo Alvarez, like, at the end of the day, say what they want, but you're saying in the back of people's heads they're gonna feel that Canelo avoided him. You feel that people are gonna feel that Canelo avoided him?
Nah, they hate the Miss Andre.
Okay.
They hate him. They're not gonna vouch for him. There's only one man that's gonna vouch for him. That's Punch on boxing. Nobody gonna vouch.
Why don't the Americans vouch for him? Why don't his own country people vouch for him, bro?
Like I say,
JB. Why don't the Americans vouch for him?
Like I say, I'm trying to just compare. He's had a real, different type of career. Like I say, he definitely got the talent, but he just don't have the signature wins. And then he's made some decisions business-wise, signing with different promotional companies that kind of kept him out of the loop on a lot of fights. Now, I don't know wasn't no excuse for him not to get the Triple G and Canelo fight when he's with the Zone and Matchroom. That fight didn't happen, but those two guys were on a level of they can kind of choose who they can fight. They can turn down fights, and people wouldn't put them on the shelf or nothing like that. So Triple G didn't want to fight him, and Canelo didn't want to fight him, and they were able to move on and fight other fights.
So think about it. When his business was fucked up, he didn't get the fights. When his business was great with the Zone, it still he didn't get the fight. So that's just that's not even an excuse anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Like I say, he had opportunity to get it when he's with the Zone. Didn't happen.
And then
hopefully it'll happen now that he's with the PBC. So
exactly. Now now he's the right place for all the fighters. And if you don't get the fight, when are the fans gonna be like, yo, come on now? He was in position at the Zone. He's in position at PBC. You really think that is the Demetrius Andre, or these people just don't want to get in the ring with him, bro?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't like that style. It's a difficult style. He fights. They know that style is very difficult to defeat, man. It's a tough style. That's why they want to get in the ring with him. But he got a good chance. Like I said, he need to, like I say, try to get on that card, co-main event, and really be vocal that whole fight week. You know, the press conference and all that. I want the winner. I want whoever come. I want the winner. And you're gonna have to put on a spectacular performance too. You're gonna be on pay-per-view. You got to get the people excited. That's gonna be watching that Charlo Canelo fight. You know, you want to get them talking, man. You need to put on a statement. You need to make a statement in that fight if you get on that card. You know, get a crowd something to get excited about, man. Oh man, I would like to see him in there with Canelo. You know, you got to put on that type of performance. You know, be very aggressive and try to get a stoppage. Highlight real knockout would be very, very good. One of them type of performances, and that would get people talking, people excited, get the ball rolling on him being Canelo's next opponent in May. So I think that'll be the best thing. That's be the best course of action for Boo Boo.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, bro, I feel that anybody who ever talks about Boo Boo Andrade, it just doesn't seem like a very uplifting. Like people don't uplift him. They don't get behind him as much in America, and I'm just trying to see why. I mean, I know that Jamal Charlo gets the same, but that's to himself because he's been inactive for so long. He robs people off the wrong way. Is Boo Boo Andrade rob a lot of people off the wrong way or something?
No, he don't rub people along.
No, they just don't like him.
Just don't like him. You know, when you listen to him talk, man,
like him, bro. Why the
a
fuck
very
don't
good
the
talker.
American people like him? Forget Canelo's fans or Mexican fans. Why the fuck is America not always, you know what I mean, sticking up for him?
You know, when you've seen a lot of his fights here in America, he's been, he's not really been the main event. He'd be on the card, co-main event, on the undercard, a lot of fights. You know, from what I remember him, then when he was able to get on, be a main event, he was on the app, the Zone app, you know, fighting on the obscure app, man. You know, and a lot of people weren't able to see his fights. So it's just about, but, you know, he made good money over there, so you can't really blame him for going over there, but he didn't get the visibility that he would have got fighting on another platform. So it's just it's one of them things, man. But he's right now, he's in the right place. He's under the PBC, the premier boxing platform in the U.S., if not the whole world. So he got the publicity going for him. He just got through fighting on a pay-per-view card. He fought on the undercard of the Tank Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia card against Nicholson. And he looked good. He looked good. He fought a big, rugged, big guy too at 168. He went in there and you saw how he fought. You know, he fought very aggressive in that fight. Was able to win convincingly. So he got to have to step up in the opponent in his next fight. He's definitely got to get in there with a top 10 guy if he can't get the plant fight and get a win and start calling out.
So let me just see how the people speak
Canelo
about him, right? Let me just see, JB, how people are speaking. This guy, James, says Andrade is looks like a homeless. Oh, man, look. You know what I mean? Blitzman says Charlo is a great fighter. Larry Lopez says Andrade not fighting real opponents is why fans don't like him. Now, there is thousands and thousands of fans you've always seen anywhere in the last many years. This is one of the main things you see. He ain't fought nobody. Fans don't like him. I mean, shit,
tried to
bro.
make the fight, though.
What
He
you
tried
meant
to
to
make the
do?
fights.
You can't win both ways.
Yeah, he tried to make the fights. You know, he couldn't get the fights with Triple G and Canelo. Eddie Hearn couldn't get them. Well, they wasn't even Eddie Hearn. They just, like I say, Triple G and Canelo, the status of fighters that they are, they can turn down fights. You can't make them fight. Other guys, you be like, hey, man, you need to take this fight. I'm going to put you on the shelf. They can't do that. That was their two
I mean,
biggest
this
names
guy
under
makes
the
a very
zone was
good point,
Canelo
though,
and Triple
JB.
G.
Yeah,
So they kind of
JB,
make their own decision.
Yeah, but I like to be educated properly about this. This guy makes a good point, Don. He says they love fighters like Tank, Broner, Spence, guys like that in America more than Andrade. And he's telling the truth.
Yeah, his style, man, you got to continue to win. You got to get the fights. You know, you can talk about the style of Devin Haney, but he was able to get the fights. He got the Kambosos fight. He got the Lomachenko fight. And his name has grown over the last couple of years. He's one of the biggest names at 135, 140. So, you know, you got to be able to. We can't lose his style and a fan-friendly style, man. You got to make it happen, man. Haney was able to make it happen. Mayweather with his trash talking and promoting himself was able to make it happen.
If George Kambosos would have never given Devin Haney an opportunity, Devin Haney still will be labeled as the email champ. But he had an opportunity. And when he got the opportunity, he seized the moment, and now he's an undisputed lightweight champ. But if George Kambosos didn't give him the opportunity, in which he didn't have to give him the opportunity, he still would have gone to Australia and get a homecoming fight. But he gave him an opportunity. And now Devin Haney is in position where he's at today because of the opportunity. So it's about the opportunity. Give him, everybody's, he hasn't fought nobody. Tell the champion, because the only way that you really get credit is if you beat a champion. Is if you beat a champion. It don't matter who Boots and Virgil gonna be fighting and beating until they fight the champions and the guys that's proven something, then they're gonna get the props. So when is these champions wanted to unify with Demetrius Andrade, wanted to become undisputed, or when are you going to give him an opportunity to fight a champion to be like, you know what, that he is the goods or he's not the goods? But it's so easy to say he hasn't fought nobody. That's the same weak narrative. When is that somebody going to fight him?
Does that answer your question, Larry Lopez? Because you say you don't even know the people that he's beat. Does that answer your question now? That's cat. Big Charlo don't fight no one. They like gone.
No, but that's true. It's the same thing. Charlo beat J-Rock for his world title at 154. He beat Sergey Derevchenko. But they say to Charlo that he hasn't fought nobody.
Yeah, he still fought some people.
But they say that he don't fight nobody. The Demetrius Andrade and Jamar Charlo has similar critique. And it's in this community because you already know in this community, rap, they hate the fucking channels. They hate these LDBCs and the new media. And they use these guys to shame Canelo Alvarez. So they treat these guys like shit. So they don't feel like they deserve it because it's a narrative. It's just for the narrative. It's to enable the narrative. Demetrius Andrade is not supposed to get an opportunity because they need to save face for the narrative.
Hey, Andrade. So Andrade actually rubs people off the wrong way.
Right, this way.
Yeah, I gotta check out.
When you have Jose Benavidez on and talk about a potential, which is the fighter they have the most respect to a potential opponent?
Wow, they say, look how they try. He only fights scrubs.
Come on, that's
I'm gonna go check out that.
He's a troll, bro.
No, what I'm saying is, come on, bro. Holcomb Mustang been in the game for years since we've been here.
He a troll, bro.
No, but he been in the game for years. He been on your channel for years.
He been a troll in the game for years.
He been in your channel for years.
So your channel too.
Yeah, and my channel. So he been supporting. And when it comes to Andrade, sometimes people just feel. Are you saying that people avoid the actual question with Andrade? They avoid the points that they just go down to trying to slander him. You're saying they avoid the actual facts.
Yeah.
And the facts is that DAZN signed him to try and get fights for him, but people avoided him so they couldn't give him the biggest fights.
Those are facts.
So he made the money, but he couldn't get the fights that he wanted.
Oh.
So at the end of the day, so then, I mean, you think, why can't people see that openly?
Open what?
That in DAZN that he
ducked and avoided openly.
I'm just saying. So why don't people agree with that?
Huh?
Why don't people agree with that? They can't see the same thing as what we're seeing. Like you said, look, I agree that in DAZN, he didn't get the fight with Golovkin, and neither with Canelo could they make the fight.
Yeah.
And he wanted to fight Golovkin as well. He went in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
does
what
he not?
happened to that fight?
Is he not a good payday? Does he not? Or why would that be wrong? Because same money you get for anyone
They're
else,
always gonna get
they would
paid.
have paid them this just as much to fight him,
Yeah. So why
right?
nobody? No, why nobody shamed them for not fighting him?
That's what I'm asking you, bro. Why don't people look at it that way?
But ask your trolls. Ask them.
This guy wants to put why? So everybody who don't agree with Andrade is a troll now, and some of those people could be people that support your channel as well.
I keep it, bro. I keep it real, bro. I'm not here to
Huh?
fucking sustain. I don't give a fuck if they support the channel or not. If they support Punch Drunk Boxing, it's because I'm real about it, and I
Yeah.
will hold Canelo Alvarez accountable and praise Canelo Alvarez and praise Canelo Alvarez. That's why I
Yeah.
keep it real.
Hey, I'm
I
looking
could
at
say
these.
Wow,
Demetrius
people
Andre
are
has a.
coming at you,
I could
Punch.
say Demetrius Andre has a shitty resume, but then I could also say is when these fucking somebodies want to fight him, the
I mean,
reason
look,
why he has a shitty resume.
we got people. Look, Mike from Boston says, "Yo, man, fuck this up, bro. Golovkin would have fucked on Demetrius Andrade up, bro. Nobody ain't avoiding him. They think in
Good,
eye
but at
test.
least he got the
That's what he says
opportunity.
in eye test. People in their eye test don't feel the same way. Look, Mike from Boston don't feel like that.
Good.
And
I'm
El
not
says,
asking for. Good. It doesn't matter if he wins or loses. It's getting the opportunity. And guess what? If Triple G beats Demetrius Andre, he would have been. He would have unified the titles. That would have been a legacy fight for Triple G as well.
mm-hmm.
Then people will know where Demetrius Andre really is. See, right now they could talk all the shit, but you don't know if he's really that guy or not that guy.
Hooker
Hey,
Mustang
hey,
says, "Yo, I've been watching boxing before Punch could even walk."
yeah. Hey, I think Boo Boo gonna be the next fight for Canelo if he beat Charlo. I'm just looking at these rankings, man. He's number one in the WBO. He's number one in the WBA. He's number 5 in the WBC, and he's the number 2 Ring Magazine super middleweight. I just got through looking at the rankings, so he right in position to get the fight with Canelo.
Now let's
So
look at the
I
fights that
He
but
number
let's
one
look
in
at
the
the fights
WBO.
over his career
he's
though.
number
Over
one in the
his career.
WBO and number 1 in the WBA and number 5 in the WBC.
Yeah, but
And
look
he's
at this.
number
Let's look at his career, right?
yeah, I'm
Early
just saying
on.
he's right there in the rankings for a fight with
Yeah,
Canelo.
but bro, early on, he didn't even get a fight at early days at like an Austin Trout or Edison Lara. You know, that would have helped getting an opponent like that, even Edison Lara, maybe in the early days. You know, then the Billy Joe Saunders fight fucked up. Billy had took some sprays, so they fought.
Yeah, nasal spray.
They had stripped Billy from the belt, right?
Yep.
So then he had to, it went the other way. So he had to fight in another way for a vacant title. So what I'm saying is, even those kind of opponents, bro, they didn't happen, and that is unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see him beating some of these guys for sure, but he didn't even get that up, that fucked up as well for him, bro. I do think sometimes. Do you believe in boxing? Sometimes you do need a bit of luck on your side.
Yeah. You need a little bit of luck. You need a little bit of luck. You need things to kind of work out your way. Just like with Haney, when Lomachenko had to go to the war in Ukraine and help his country against Russia, that opened the door for Haney to get a shot at Kambosos. So sometimes you
Hey,
gotta
look, you got
have
one
things
guy
go your
here.
way.
They got one guy here. He agrees with Punch. He says,
The
"I agree with
realist.
Punch. Fighters need to fight Boo Boo Andrade and get him out of there. And if they haven't fought him already, if so, for them to fight him.
Exactly. That's it.
I think he got
That's
a good
what
chance to get the
you mean.
fight.
That's what a fan should. That's the old days. The fans used to speak more like this, innit, Punch?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Look. When given the opportunity to a guy that's projected to be good, 8 out of 10 times they're going to be that guy that they were signed to be, they were projected to be. If they don't get the opportunity, they're never gonna show it. Look, if Bam Rodriguez never get the opportunity to fight Cuadras and Rumfaside, then we wouldn't be saying that this guy, this 22-year-old, 23-year-old, is a phenom. He got the opportunity so he could accomplish. Some young fighters don't get the Bam Rodriguez, Teofimo Lopez opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? If Teofimo Lopez didn't put himself in position to fight what's his name? Comey and then Loma, then he wouldn't be that guy. But he got the opportunity and he seized the moment. These guys are just trying to shit on the guy that never got the opportunity. I will understand if Demise Andre got to fight Canelo or Triple G or Charlo at 160 with the belts, and then let him fall flat on his face, and then we could say, oh, this guy ain't shit. Oh, this guy is a bum.
So now I might agree with you. When you pushing Andrade, I do see some people say, well, this doesn't seem right. Like, he should retire. He's trash. We don't care about him. I mean, you should want to just see him fight everybody, bro. Why
That's
would you
not a
want to?
boxing fan.
Yes, but is that hate on the fighter, or is that because they don't like you pushing him? What is going on?
That could be both. You know what I'm saying? Depending if they hate a channel host for saying that I want to see a fight, you're gonna hate. We just said who's the top 5 at 168. So Demise Andre is in a fight with Benavidez. He could be in a fight with Plant. He could be in a fight with Canelo. Let's stop acting like we got people acting like they don't know who Andrade is. That's what it is. They're acting like it when they know everything about him.
Yep.
I don't want no fighters to go with no fighter of his caliber to go through what he's been through. I don't want Boots to go through with that shit. I won't want Virgil Ortiz to be so good that everybody ducks him. I don't want that shit to happen to Virgil Ortiz. I don't want it to go to any potential great fighter. But these fans, they like to see that shit. Or retire. Ha 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 ha. You didn't get an opportunity to be great. Like, what kind of fan are you, bro? What is that? I never heard nothing like that in boxing. Never.
Yeah.
I never heard fans say he shouldn't get an opportunity. I never in my life. This is some new age shit that I'm listening to. I don't know how you do it, Rap.
I'll
That's why
tell
I
you the
don't open the
truth.
panels on my shit.
They don't even say that even about, like, Adrian Broner's rubbed people off the wrong way. Even if he comes back after 3 years, they wouldn't even downplay him that much.
It's weird, bro. Oh man, this shit is weird, bro.
But now fans are even saying that they don't want to see him or they want to see him retire. What the fuck do you think about that?
That's self-explanatory, man.
What do you think, JB, when fans say that man should retire?
Oh, they're casuals, man. They don't really know the sport, man. They saying the dude need to retire for what? He's undefeated. He's in prime position to fight for Canelo, the top guy at 168. The
Instead of
man
them,
ranked top 5 in 3 different organizations. So
instead
yeah,
of them saying, "Yo, Canelo should fight him," they saying, "Boo should just retire. He missed the train." Like that shit is. I'm telling you,
At least 5, 6 people
it's
have been saying
weird,
that,
bro.
Punch. I think
yeah,
right now, since you came on it, I've seen about a dozen people said that today. Since you've been coming on here talking about this, since
It's
we got
weird.
to this anyway,
It's weird. It's just weird.
yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah, man.
Anybody in position, put any champion in mixing matches, they should get an opportunity.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's gonna get the fight. I think he get him an interim fight in the meantime, and like I say, he's in real good position to get
You
the
see,
fight.
like Sudo Ramirez, we wanted to see how good Sudo Ramirez is. Then he got in the ring with Bivol. We saw that, man, he ain't in that level. But at least we know now who Sudo Ramirez is, right?
Hmm.
We
Yep.
really didn't know. We don't know if he's hype. We don't know. But then when he faced Bivol, we saw the level of Sudo Ramirez. But at least he got the opportunity. And we get the opportunity to know what level he's really on. But these guys don't even want to figure it out with the Demetrius Andre. That's why I feel like these fans their feet they they just don't want the Demetrius Andre to be that guy and beat the favorite fighter, knowing that he got the skill set to
Who's
do
they?
it.
Who's they?
The his haters.
Okay.
The people that says that Canelo Alvarez shouldn't give him an opportunity and stuff like that. They scared that it's Andre that will beat him. I don't think that they're fan. I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan, Rap Star. the fans don't they can't stomach Andre beating Canelo Alvarez. That will erase everything they will think about Canelo Alvarez. They will diminish his greatness to the 10th power. He
Wow.
cannot lose to Andre. See, that's the difference. That's because they see Andre, they don't respect him at all. That if Canelo Alvarez loses to Andre, it's almost like when a kid used to believe in Santa Claus and found out that Santa Claus is fake. That would be the feeling. That would be the feeling, Rapstar. And they want to feel that Santa Claus is still real.
Wow. It's true. Like nobody ever gave Andrade. Like it's like they didn't want to say anything about him and Canelo, and that's like. In some respect, you feel like the fans are always being protective for Canelo Alvarez when it's come to Boo Boo Andrade.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I think that he has a secret service. The agents, you know what I'm saying, protecting him. But for me, that that energy, that's why I think it gets more curious and curious. Like, why fans think like this? It amps me up to think that, yo, Demetrius Andre is that guy. You know when you could be like, man, Canelo Alvarez will beat him. You know what I'm saying? He'll beat him. But damn, the fans is fearful for this guy, not even to get an opportunity.
Would you mind sharing that? What does Boo Boo Andrade think about these fans when he sees it all? What does he think? Does he ever share with you? These people are crazy.
Hell yeah, he'd be like, I don't even know what to do. Yeah.
Does he ever say to you, I don't even know how to, like what he sees because he's seen it for years. What does he think?
He is frustrated with the fans and media because they give them a leeway. Like he don't understand it. He's like us. Well, like me right now. Like, because I don't understand it. It's out of any other fighter, I don't understand the energy of the people. I when it comes to me, I don't understand it. It's weird. Again, it's weird. I never seen nothing. I never seen nothing like it.
And you think that the face of boxing, the man that got disrespected in front of the post fight, that's only happened between him and one fighter, and that is the kingpin, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and that disrespect. The way that Canelo said that Boo Boo Andrade is disrespectful. Get him the fuck out of here. Do you think the fans took that to heart punch?
Maybe.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of what you're saying.
I think so. I would think that the fans will be like, métele la mano a ese cabrón. Fuck him up, Canelo. But it's the opposite. Is that, yeah, Canelo, don't fight him. That's the weird shit. If Canelo Alvarez got disrespected by Demetrius Andre, I want Canelo Alvarez to fuck him up. These fans are saying, don't fuck him up, Canelo.
Wow.
Come on,
That
man.
time
I've
that
never seen
Canelo
anything
Alvarez is,
like this, though.
yeah, because Boo Boo did go over there and disrespected Canelo Alvarez, and nobody ain't done that, have they? And he called him a pussy, and he said to Canelo, let's fight. Let's fucking fight, bro. Stop the talk. And ain't nobody done that to him, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, we heard the myth, not the myth, but you know what I'm saying, the saying, closed
So
mouth
Don
don't get
says these
fed.
are fake Mexican fans.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell
You
yeah.
saying they're fake?
The ones that say don't give them an opportunity, don't fight Demetrius Andre, they're the fakest Mexican fans. They're not even Mexicans. They're not Mexicans. I know my Mexican people. I know my fight fans. These are not Mexican fight fans. These are frauds. These
Wow.
are aliens that comes to these channels and panels. The people that say that Canelo Alvarez should not fight Demetrius Andre, they are fraud. They're faggots. They're bums. They're low lives. They're not fight fans.
So let me ask you this: if I put a live together, let's say that all these things you said, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna put that, and if anyone's got anything to say, hit the link, right? Because really, you know what I mean. At the
I'll
end
tell
of
him
the
in
day,
English. I'll tell him in English and in Spanish.
oh shit!
Usted son palomo.
Tell him, tell him, tell him.
Ustedes son palomo. Mal agradecido, mal parido. Ustedes no son mexicanos. Yo sé, yo sí soy, yo sí sé la gente que son mexicanos. Los mexicanos les gustan a pelear. Los mexicanos les gustan la guerra, guerra. Estos mexicanos aquí en the chat, esos son palomos.
What does guerra? Guerra. What does that mean?
Guerra means war. Real Mexicans love war. They love a war fight. They love
Guerra.
fight.
Guerra. I like that word.
Esta gente no.
Guerra. I would call.
Guerra.
I want to get a pit bull and call it guerra. Guerra.
Guerra.
Guerra.
Yeah, you gotta roll that R.
Wow, Punch is coming out with some Don Corleone, Al Pacino lyrics, man. Go on, carry on. Cartel lyrics.
Nah. You see, they don't know nothing about no cartel. These guys, they you know what these are soap opera, soap pop Mexicans that watch Mari Mal with their grandmother.
The fuck
This
is
ain't
that?
fight. This ain't fight fans. These are soap opera that at 8 o'clock they tune into channel 41, channel 47, and watch soap opera, watch Mari Mal and stuff like that. They're not fight fans.
Yeah, man. I had the pit for years, bro. He died a few years ago, bro. Yeah, man. But no, my thing is this, Punch. At the end of the day, I do agree with certain things that certain culture and certain fans do feel disrespected
I put
by
it like this,
Demetrius Andrade, right? And I get it. They get into their sensitive side. And I feel that when you talk about it, they don't like it because I feel that you represent also, I'm not saying you represent, but you represent world boxing first. But obviously, they feel like you being a Latino, man, just leave it, bro. They feel like, Punch, Canelo done so much, bro. Stop trying to fucking make like Canelo look bad over this, bro. It's been years. I've seen it many times. Yo, Punch, stop it, bro. You know what I
I did
mean?
stop,
Canelo's the best, man. Canelo's done so much. And I feel that they get away from the actual question and the actual facts sometimes
rap peep
because over all that shit.
I understand rap, but
Go on.
so now we have to give the PBC fighters some relevancy, right? The question is, who is he gonna fight? So am I gonna make believe like Demetrius Andre should not be part of that 3-fight deal? I'm looking at 168 and I'm looking at Showtime, PBC. Let us know the names. Like, so Demetrius Andre should not be spoken about. It just makes common sense that he needs to be brought up. Remember, Demetrius Andre wants Charlo. See, I'm bringing up Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andre won Charlo. Just last week, Demetrius Andre and Charlo went live together to talk about their fight. Here comes Canelo Alvarez, and now we're hearing Charlo and Canelo. But now what's Demetrius Andre? You see? They don't want Demetrius Andre, all these guys to sit around and wait for Canelo Alvarez. But Demetrius Andre wasn't sitting around waiting for Canelo Alvarez. Now you took his opponent now. So what is Demetrius Andre going to do now?
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
So the way you're making it sound like Canelo blackballing Demetrius Andrade.
Blocked him.
Yo, Canelo Alvarez fucking blocked him up. Said, get the fuck out of my way, bro. Holy shit.
Did he? Yes, I'm asking you. Did he cock block Demetrius Andre?
I mean, everybody would fight Canelo than anyone else. So, of course, anyone that happened to anyone, wouldn't it?
Did he cock block Demetrius Andre, knowing what we already saw from Andre and Charlo? For months, they saying that they be talking to each other to get the fight.
Wow. Gabriel Sanchez says the Canelo cocksuckers are out in full force. Wow. Shit, man. It's going off, Punch.
Yo, and think about this, Rap. Andre's not the only one frustrated. Wasn't David Benavidez in his last interview frustrated?
Mm.
What did he say about Canelo Alvarez fighting Charlo? Who is
Easy.
Charlo? Who is Benavidez? Remember when in the stadium, in the arena, David Benavidez and Charlo was going at it.
Mm.
So what I'm saying, people also got to understand that when people be like, oh, these fighters ain't doing shit, they just waiting for the Canelo Alvarez sweepstake. Nah, sometimes Canelo Alvarez actually disrupt shit in which it makes the business handler say, oh shit, we got a chance with Canelo Alvarez. So guys, don't fight this one. We're not gonna put you in danger because now Canelo Alvarez is
Have
here.
you noticed though? You've heard Al Heyman's name 100,000 times now by Canelo fans.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you say anything,
Now
they say Al Heyman put this together like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
Now
Al Heyman now. You understand?
Now they love him.
Al Heyman's the man now, yeah?
I thought Al Hamon was the devil.
Al Hamon. Al Hamon. Oh shit, bro. Al
Yeah,
Heyman's the god, bro.
yeah, he got the two biggest names in boxing, man. Tank and Canelo. Shit, he definitely the top dog as far as promote. You know, he's not a promotion per se, but he's definitely one
Wow.
of the top
Al
guys out
Heyman.
there.
Hey, Punch, talk about Al Heyman for a minute, bro. Al
El
Heyman
Hamon.
is,
Al
bro,
Hamon.
they were saying that Al Heyman's finished. Even Rick Glacier said he's not going to last that long, bro. What's all this cat about Al Hamon, bro? Al Hamon is some kind of genius from behind the scenes again and again. What the fuck is this geezer Al Hamon about, bro?
He's the man, bro. He's the
Fucking
man.
hell.
I don't give a fuck what anybody's. That's why I be pumping. That's why I be pumping. See, think about it, Rap. I'm a guy that praise Canelo and still and like Al Heyman. That's what I'm saying. I'm different in this community, bro. Because in this community, you gotta pick a side. You can't like PBC and like Canelo Alvarez at the same time before him signing with PBC. I wear my Showtime pay-per-view shirt doing videos. So I'm happy that he's with PBC. Why wouldn't I be happy that Canelo Alvarez is with Al Heyman when Canelo Alvarez gave him the most money and gave him that undisputed bout that separated himself? But because in this community they just wanted to argue, this narrative, this debate is not. Al Heyman is doing his thing this year. Al Heyman 2023 Showtime, TGB, PBC is doing their thing.
Yep. Got the fights they got put up, you know. They got through doing Tank Ryan. Now they got Crawford Spence. Then they got Canelo Charlo. I think
and
there's
we
some
ain't
more
even
big fights
halfway.
on the way.
We're not even halfway, man.
Yep.
What did Eddie Hearn say? Eddie Hearn said that the Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight is gonna come through.
Yeah, he said that fight could happen in the end of December. Yeah, but Malik Scott, the trainer, Deontay Wilder, said they sent the contract to Andy Ruiz for his next fight, probably in the summer. So they probably can do that fight.
Did Al Heyman bring the first Mexican heavyweight champion?
Yep. Andy Ruiz.
See that? Al Heyman's doing a lot of groundbreaking
Bro, Al
shit.
Heyman even gave the fight that the world with Crawford versus Errol Spence.
There you go. We was frustrated for a long time, and look at us all now, all happy.
Al Heyman got even Tank Davis and fucking Ryan Garcia got them.
Yep.
Like
it did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys.
Al Heyman was like, "Shut the fuck up, you fuck bitches and beta males. I'm being emotional. I'm gonna bring you the fight when I want to bring you the fight. Now shut the fuck up and pay for it now." That's how Al Heyman talks.
Yeah, he definitely top guy right now.
I'm gonna tell you the story about Al.
Go on.
First time I heard Al voice was during the Malik Montgomery fight out there in Bakersfield. And I was in the locker room. If y'all ever seen the video with Hendry and shit like that. And after the fight, Al Heyman, I said, "Oh shit, this is the first time I hear." Because I'm thinking that Al Heyman is still a ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally hear the man's voice. and he congratulates Malik Montgomery, and then he says to his manager, give him everything he asked for. Like that. Take a break, get a week break, and then get back to it. But do everything he say.
In other words, he knows how to sweeten his fighters up when he's got an eye on.
He told his manager, you do everything he say. He told the manager that Malik Montgomery, whatever he asks for, you give him anything he wants. That's why I think that's why fighters love Al Heyman. That's why fighters love Al Heyman, because he does good for the fighter, bro.
Yep. Pay him well. Then I think he gets some, investing thing that's going invest in, that's going to lead to, money and wealth, generational wealth. Not just money just making off fighting.
Also,
they give them invest their money properly.
Also, Al Heyman has a soft spot for like Caribbean, like Cuban fighters, Dominican fighters, and Puerto Rican fighters. He does a lot to help them out. He does a lot to people don't know, man. People don't. This guy is a good guy, man.
He funds a lot of money. He funds money for them.
Yeah.
It's not only like fun money. He helps them get into the country, get them the proper lawyers, speed things up. Like, he makes dreams come true. Now it's up to the fighter. Like, he's not gonna just give it to you, but he's gonna set you up where you could succeed and you take it from there. But he makes your life a little easier for you. You just have to pay attention to boxing and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
But I think it's like that with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever, it's almost like fighters, right? I'll tell you the truth. Like, we could talk about fighters, but then when you actually talk to them, it actually humbles you, because you know what they really do for a living. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you could see a fighter in TV, but then go to their training camp and watch how they train. Just spend a whole day with a fighter and you'd be like, damn, yo. Like, I've been with fighters, they do 3 a days. Train 3 a days. You'd be like, man, I can only do half of fucking one workout. You know what I'm saying? Plus the 3 a days, plus their miles, particular fighters that they run their miles in the morning, like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. So it's really like 4 days.
Yeah, they sacrifice a lot, man. People don't know behind the scenes what they sacrifice to get ready for a fight.
It's mad.
They put their bodies through hell, get their bodies in the tip-top shape so they can perform at the highest level.
Well, that's why not many people can ever reach to that status of level. Everybody can train hard. Everybody's got a God-gifted talent sometimes. But not many people can keep it consistent to be this kind of an athlete. Don't matter. How many people have you heard punch? These guys are great in the ring and behind the scenes, but they can't do it. You know what I mean? It takes a different kind of breed to live it, eat it, sleep it, and actually perform it. Many people are more talented, but they can't even do it because it takes a different kind of determination.
Yep. Yeah, the key is that when you start making big money, getting them huge paydays, and you're still able to stay focused, still able to fight like the up-and-coming guy that really wasn't making that type of money, hungry. Like you said, it takes a different breed to continue to push yourself.
It's like the sparring partner the sparring session that I went. That was the sparring session that I went the day actually Teofimo Lopez broke his hand. That was leading up to the Sando Martin fight. Had the MRI, needed to take an X-ray, then the MRI the next day. Didn't spar anymore. That's why after the Sando Martin fight, leading up, this is how an animal Teofimo Lopez is. Teofimo Lopez, his hand wasn't clear to spar going into training camp with Josh Taylor, 3 weeks in, he was not clear to spar because what people didn't know, he actually had surgery with his hand. They just didn't want to push that fight back. They was wanting to push the fight back to August and said, nah. If I could get cleared at least midway to camp and get sparring, he's gonna see how it feels and shit like that. Fuck it. It was all right. If you notice, Teofimo Lopez barely used the jab.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that Teo, but also Josh Taylor had a lingering injury. You know what I'm saying? He was not supposed to be back as soon either. Both of these guys was not supposed to be back as soon, like in June. But it's just to say what fighters go through. And I think when you actually there and you see it, like, damn, yo, shit, motherfucker, we take a time out for a paper cut. Like, I understand Keith Thurman when he's like, I needed to do surgery on my hand, but I didn't do the surgery because if I would have done it, then I lose the biggest opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao. Sometimes these fighters are like vulnerable and they're like, you don't know when you're going to fight again. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when they're going to put you up in a good fight. That's a purse. That's money right there. Some guys are vulnerable. Sometimes they make a bad decision. You know, I think that Keith Thurman, after that Manny Pacquiao, I think that really wrecked a lot of shit in his career. That loss.
Yeah, it did, but at least he got the biggest fight of his life. You know what I'm saying? That's some people don't achieve that fight, brother.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, bruv, Al Heyman got most fighters the biggest fights of their careers. Right?
Yeah, he gets you the fight you want, and he get paid for it too. So that's why a lot of fighters that swear by Al Heyman, man. They have nothing but great things to say about Al Heyman. Keeps his fighters very well.
I mean, look,
think
promoters
about it.
hate
Think
Al
about
Heyman.
it. Jamal Charlo been out for 2 years, man. And he's coming back to get a Canelo Alvarez fight.
Wow.
Come on, bro. Your manager gotta be good. That's what I call a fucking manager right there. I'm going through shit in my life. I lost my kids, got my kids back, lost my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of boxing. I got mental illness. I fixed everything, you know what I'm saying? Getting things back to normal. And then I got a Canelo Alvarez fight. Come on, man. If anybody here in boxing, you'll be like, yo, my manager is the man.
Yep.
I actually do feel, yeah, I've heard this before. I don't know if anybody else has heard what I'm going to tell you now. That Al Heyman has some kind of an investment plan for all his fighters. Whoever's done any business with him, they've done some non-disclosure agreements that something goes on behind the scenes that he has got as a fund, yeah? And he has a fund for all these fighters that agreed with him on this project, that they get a monthly income, whether they're working or not. And Al Heyman has set something up for these fighters behind the scenes that only they know and Al Heyman knows. Now, I don't know what it exactly is, but I know that it's something that he's done because, you know, he's doing something different for them. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I kind of heard something similar about that with the Broner, you know, kind of giving him money in payments and stuff. And Broner kind of complained about that, but I think that's a good idea, especially you got guys that really maybe don't know how to manage their money correctly. They got hot pockets, want to spend it and all that. That's kind of a good idea to kind of get them in small doses where they're able to, you know, spend a certain amount per month or whatever. That's a smart idea. It's probably something that he probably bring up to the fighters, and it's up to them to accept it. I don't think he demand like, hey man, you got to do this. It's like you want to do this, and to accept it is probably better, especially if they don't know how to really manage their money well. So that's good. Like I say, he's looking out for fighters. He's trying to look out for fighters and put them in the best position to succeed, which is good.
Yeah, because when you have so much experience, look, in England, right, you'll have to pay over 30-40% tax when you earn certain bracket. But when you have certain people that know how to manage your money, they can show you how to have limited companies, sole proprietor companies, where you can pay yourself the tax money by investing it somewhere else. There's different loopholes when you're earning this kind of millions. So Al Heyman probably shows these boxers how to deal with their money and how to get the advice for their money, and actually showed them so many good loopholes as well as managing in boxing. Like Punch Drunk said, he helps them in life.
Yeah. Well, you're smart because you're only gonna be boxing for a certain amount of time. You might have a 5-year career, 10-year career, 15, 20. Special fighters like Mayweather have 20-year careers, stuff like that. But most of these guys' careers not that long, so you got to invest your money wisely. And the money that you've got to you get, man, you've got to make sure it lasts for the rest of your life. I think Jermell Charlo said this in an interview. He said, "Look, man, the house I have is paid for in full. The cars I have, only have a couple of cars, but they all paid for in full because I'm not gonna be boxing for all my life. I'm only gonna be boxing for a certain amount of time, and I gotta make this money that I'm making right now and put it in the use it properly." And probably Al Heyman probably instilled that in him. Hey man, you probably don't be buying 10 of them cars and paying notes on them, man. You buy you 2 cars, one break down, you got a backup car, and get you a nice house. You ain't got to get a mansion, get you a nice house and pay it all off. And the only thing you paying in there is a light bill, and you ain't steady paying on these things. 30, 25-year payment plan on a house, and knowing that you're only gonna be fighting professionally, making this type of money for a short amount of time. Invest your money and use your money properly. So I heard that from Jermell Charlo in a recent interview. So Al Heyman probably instilled that in him, talk to him about that.
Yeah, man. But yo, I'm gonna shut this one down. All right, guys.
All right, Rap Star, you take it easy. Punch Drunk Boxing, you take it easy, man. Catch y'all later.
Yeah, God bless, man. I'm gonna
All
get.
right, up here. All right, peace.
Peace out, brothers. Yo, everybody who's coming, make sure you smash that like button on the way out if you haven't smashed it on the way in. But yo, we're gonna see now. News is gonna be coming in after the weekend that Canelo Alvarez has signed a 3-fight multi-million-dollar deal with Al Heyman. What are the PBC fans gonna say now? The PBC haters, there's PBC fans that hate on Canelo Alvarez as well, bro. Let's not forget that. Those PBC fans, what they're gonna say now, bro? Those PBC fans are confused. But we are gonna find out who he's gonna be fighting for sure. We know that we feel that Jamal Charlo is the front runner for Canelo Alvarez in September. But till then, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.